It's the track too tough to tame for the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell have the front seat as we throw it back to Darlington.
Welcome back to Darlington Raceway, ready to go for race number 6 of the season. And as we get ready to start today's pre-race ceremonies, Golden Corral would like to take a moment to thank our nation's heroes. It's a privilege to serve those who serve.
Please rise as you are able, remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as the Sumter Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer tonight's invocation, please welcome Pastor at Bethea Baptist Church in Darlington, South Carolina, Dr. Jeff Cockrell.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for a beautiful race day. Thank you for all of your blessings. Thank you for these drivers and their teams. Thank you for all of the fans that are here. Thank you for our first responders and those that take care of us every day in our communities. Heavenly Father, I pray that you would continue to bless us through the rest of this day, and we're grateful for all of those who serve in our nation's military. We know that it is because of their sacrifice that we can have freedom, and for that freedom we are grateful. I pray your blessings over every part of this race. Protect the drivers and their teams on every lap and every corner, and we give all of this to you in your name. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome from the United States Air Force Heritage Band of America, Staff Sergeant Victoria Park.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, where so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Golden Corral is proud to partner with Project Healing Waters, healing Americans' veterans through therapeutic art of fly fishing. As a founding partner of Camp Corral, Golden Corral helps send children of wounded, ill, or fallen military members to summer camp each year. Well, the table is set at too tough to tame. Drivers about to climb in their cars before they rev them up. The command is coming your way right here on the CW.
So look then at this circuit as the O'Reilly Auto Parts get its first taste of this wonderful throwback.
This week, NASCAR is headed to the historic and beloved Darlington Raceway. Teams will race for 147 abrasive laps around the track known as the Lady in Black. Darlington's 1.366 mile configuration is unique to any other track on the schedule. Turns 1 and 2 have a longer radius and higher center speed, while turns 3 and 4 have a tighter radius, creating a vastly different style of racing on each end of the track. They will have to balance patience with aggression in order to find success. This layout often forces drivers to take the high line, racing close to the wall and earning the famed Darlington stripe in the process, in order to carry more speed throughout the turns. The abrasive surface and tire fall-off will change the way the track races every single lap, which will keep drivers on their toes throughout the race. Pit strategy will be key as teams manage their tires and navigate Darlington's tricky pit road. So, which driver will find themselves in victory lane this year? Will Brandon Jones find himself taking the checkered flag for a second year in a row? Or will someone else write their names in the Darlington history books? Stay tuned because you're about to find out.
Gearing up for what is going to be a very fascinating round of the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. I apologize for the voice. It is slowly dying on me here, but we'll try and power through as always we do. It's going to be a fascinating evening. I hope you're going to enjoy it back at home as well. And fingers crossed it's going to be a very enjoyable 147 laps ahead of us for this one. Keep in touch wherever you are in the world. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're going to be watching from. Something tells me this might be a CW type of day where I'll pop back in afterwards. Voice is just honestly going as we come into it. Still not fully healed from the laryngitis I had a few weeks ago, but I assume I sound horrendous, so I'll try and keep it on CW as long as I can. Jack hopefully is going to join me as well up in the booth, but if not, it'll be me followed by CW, and we'll go from there and hopefully have a cool, calm and collected start to what will be a very entertaining day of racing here as the atmosphere is building up. IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship is also underway. They have 4 hours and 50 minutes left. Their second part of the show is coming through. Hi, Bob. Says, howdy, JB, howdy, Jack. Hi, Bob. I hope you're well. Hopefully my voice comes back. We've got time to just wait and see. I feel fine. It's just, I think I've damaged it. Let's go back to CW.
Well, Brandon Jones told me the meetings at JGR this week have been long but beneficial. The 20 teams spent much of the offseason trying to figure out how to fire off better at the start of races. And despite being successful there, they kind of hurt their long-run cars. So hoping to correct some of that today. And they'll be doing it in Brandon's winning car from last year. Despite a 16.8 average finish this year, he said, I have a ton of confidence when I come to Darlington, Ken.
Well, Carla, Parker Retzlaff had a monster qualifying run and will start from the 5th position despite kissing the wall during his qualifying lap. He told me it was, quote, a mediocre qualifying effort and thought without the wall hit, he would have contended for the pole. The team was extremely happy with the car in practice, and that showed on the speed charts where he was top 5 in single car, as well as 5 and 10 lap averages. Crew Chief Danny Eflin told me if they can minimize their mistakes, Dylan, they can certainly finish top 10 here today.
And Kim, another good story at the front of the field is Carson Quapple back in the one car after 3 straight weeks in different rides. Those cars have been fast and he's done well, but the one team is home. It's where he'll race the most this season. That is shown right away with his comfort level. They unloaded this morning really fast, qualified inside the top 5. This race 1 year ago was big for Carson. He finished 5th there, but told me today he learned how to go fast here over the course of a run in that race a year ago. Until you do it anywhere, but especially here, it's tough to really know the limit, and Carson feels like he knows that now and can spend the early part of the race racing instead of just learning like a year ago. Time to go racing here at Darlington. Let's get the command of fire engines for 147 laps.
Darlington Raceway, please welcome Brian Walker, the Assistant Adjutant General for the Veteran of Foreign Wars of the United States. He is here tonight to give the command of fire engines.
This is for our men and women overseas raining down freedom. Drivers, start your engines!
You know, usually we like to say the drivers are ready to take on the track, but I think it might be appropriate to say the track is ready to take on the drivers. We got the green flag on the way from Darlington when we come back.
The track too tough to tame. Let's see exactly what it's going to be like out here this evening then as we get ready. 45 laps for stage 1, 45 laps for stage 2, and then it's going to be 57 laps for the final stage. Pretty similar to what we had yesterday as well out there in the truck series. So we're looking at around about an hour and 50, maybe a little bit less depending on how many cautions we get out there on the circuit. Last time out we had 6 cautions. Last night, of course, we had 8, where was it, 8 or 9 cautions in the trucks? It was quite bad, but last race here for what was an Xfinity, we had 6 cautions coming through, and 36 laps were spent under it. So not too much, but fuel window looking strong here as well. Trying to keep out the reminder of that, as we will be going green. We'll spend most of the time on battle because there's no point coming up to the comp box if it's just me. That's not exactly the whole idea of it. So hopefully it's going to be a smooth sailing event and we can get this race sorted. Hello, Corey. Hello, everybody. Feels like my voice is... I sound like Marge Simpson at the moment. So do not be disalarmed about who's broadcasting the race. Hopefully Jack will join at some point in the broadcast, but I'm happy to let the CW take most of the heavy lifting and I'll fill in the brakes as well. I'll do the starts and then I'll hand down to them as well, just to save a bit of the vocal cords. Christian watching over in the IMSA chat as well. Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody's Saturday been? Mine's been long, that's why the voice is starting to go. It's been a long day of broadcasting. Even in the Formula E it was long. But we're gearing up for what's going to be a very strong race. I'm looking forward to it. It is the Sport Clips Haircuts VFW Help a Hero 200. Go. Going to be a very good day. Engines are fired. Cars are rolling off of pit road. Time to begin and get this race underway. Let's cross over then to the CW and get the latest as cars are rolling off of pit road. And we will begin this action. Jack's joined me now up in the booth as well. As you can hear, my voice is going. So CW are going to be taking most of this tonight, mate. But Jack,
no place quite like.
Jack, good afternoon. Welcome. O'Reilly's coming in. I think it's going to be a good day. What are you expecting out of here, mate?
Well, your voice sounds worse than mine for once, which is a surprise, considering I've been at football today. So,
really is gone.
I'm expecting a really solid race based off last night, to be honest. The truck race last night, absolutely phenomenal, and looking forward to this. I mean, I think that the O'Reilly car works literally better than any other car I've ever seen at Darlington. I think it looks I think it's fantastic, and I'm really, really excited to see what we've got for today.
Let's check in with the CW then as we get ready for the green flag to drop.
Race here, so hang tight for me right here.
It's not the biggest, certainly. It's not the richest purse, but it's got age going for it. It's got heritage. Taking stamina and a lot of heart. This was truly a great race.
I've wanted to win this thing since I was 9 years old. Well, it's just a country boy's dream comes true.
A perfect day in Darlington, South Carolina.
Good afternoon from Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. NASCAR started racing here in 1950. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Series first visited this famed track in 1982. Today it's round 6 of the season. Welcome to CW Sports coverage of the Sport Clips Haircuts VFW Help a Hero 200 Sport Clips. It's a game changer. Cars are rolling off, and we're ready to go here at a broadcast booth. Welcome in, everybody, with Jamie McMurray, Parker Klickerman. I'm Adam Alexander. I'll just put it right out there. Darlington Raceway, the track too tough to tame, Jamie.
It is. There's so much tradition when you come to this track. I think about when you pull in the parking lot, you drive through the tunnel, you come up out of there. It's unlike anywhere else that we go to. It's also one of the most challenging tracks to win at because of how narrow it is, how slick it's going to be. The struggles that these drivers go through, Parker, all day long is unlike anywhere else they'll experience.
The stars are out today. Elite talent throughout the field, Parker.
And there is, and we kick it off with the guy who won the pole, was the most recent winner in the O'Reilly Series, and that is none other than Young Money Kyle Larson there in the 88. He's won here back in 2023 when he was driving for Kaulig in a great battle with John Hunter Nemechek. But if you want an O'Reilly Series driver, guys, who could go up there and combat against this influx of Cup Series drivers, look no further than a series champ in Justin Allgaier, 3-time winner here at Darlington, has also sorts of stats to back up his speed. A little Darlington stripe in practice, don't let that worry you. That's perfect.
It just adds character. And by the way, those 3 wins here in the last 9 races, he's been unbelievable here in the last 4 or 5 years. Now we get our Mobile One keys to victory lane. What are you watching for, Jamie?
Well, without a doubt, they told me this the first time I came here, and I think everybody should live by it. You got to race the racetrack. You got to minimize the Darlington stripes that we talk about. Everybody's going to get one today, but get the least amount that you can. You also got to manage your pace. We're going to see guys be really good on the short run, struggle on the long run. See 5 sets of tires for this race. You're going to have to manage those tires, manage the pace throughout. And it's a short race. Look at that, 147 laps, only 200 miles. So about 50 miles shorter than what we typically have here in the O'Reilly Series. So no mistakes. There's not a lot of time to make it up.
Qualifying happened earlier today. We get to the starting grid, brought to you by Sport Clips. Kyle Larson is a stud. Parker talked about him alongside Christopher Bell. He can get it done as well on the front row. And then go to row 8. Brandon Jones, rows 4 rather, starting 8. Brandon Jones won here last year, snapping a 98 race winless streak.
That was huge for him. But another thing here as we look at page 2 is Josh Williams ripped a heroic lap in qualifying earlier today after failing to qualify for 2 races this season. He starts 17th in that number 92. Very impressive lap.
What about Nick Sanchez? You see he's starting 27th in the number 25 car. He ended up 8th in this race, and his only Darlington start has a runner-up finish in the Truck Series, but he had unapproved adjustments, so he'll be going to the rear.
As we get to the final page, Austin Green is starting 31st, but it's his paint scheme we want to pay attention to because it's his first Darlington start in any series, but he's carrying the colors of his father, David Green's 1994 O'Reilly Series Championship Slim Jim car. Hey, Jamie, snap into a Slim Jim.
It doesn't say Slim Jim, but when you look at the car, that's all you can see.
You can't help but see it.
Let's hear from our pit reporters before we go green. Leading us off, Kim Kuhn. What's happening, Kim?
Well, Sheldon Creed was one of a handful of drivers who nipped the wall during qualifying. And when I walked into his hauler after, he was very, very frustrated with himself. Probably the most upset I've seen him as he rewatched that lap. He'll start 13th, and he told me, look, I just got too confident, and now I've created more work for myself and my team in the first stage. But he did say he feels like he has a car that's up to the task, and that's where that overconfidence came from the car being really good in practice. He was just a tick-free, but otherwise has a very strong race car. Dylan?
Kim, it's been a busy weekend already for Christopher Bell. Ran the truck race last night, already been in the Cup car this afternoon. Will start second tonight. There's some unfinished business from a year ago for the 19 group. Bell was on the pole of this race and racing Ross Chastain for second in the final stage when contact and the ensuing damage effectively ended their chances to win. A lot of folks in the garage today are pointing to him as one of, if not the car to beat. Crew Chief Seth Chopka wants to make sure, though, that his driver takes care of their tires for the entire run. The short runs have been their bread and butter the last 2 years, but the long runs are where they're maybe a little vulnerable today.
And Dylan, I think about what they did last week at Las Vegas. Chase Briscoe coming from a lap down to finish second. That 19 group has some momentum. And now we get 00 team radio presented by Starkey. Scan the QR code now.
Take care of that right side as best you can. Let us know what you need. We'll fight this old lady in black with you all day long. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll drive up there and we'll get us a good finish position stage 1, and we'll go battle from there.
Gotta love a little confidence building from your crew chief. You see right there on the side.
Pushing like crazy. Don't worry, Bob. Can't watch CW today. To the Iowa women's team gets done playing. Well, we've got you covered. Jack, what are you expecting coming into this one then as we get ready for the green flag to fall?
Well, some of the best finishes in the history of the series have come at Darlington, across both the O'Reilly and the Cup Series. Maybe we could be in for another one of those great Darlington finishes today.
We've got our data systems. We've got our battle data. We're all set. So 147 laps. Stage 1 of 45. Stage 2, 45. Stage 3, 57. Similar to what we had yesterday coming in. Commander says, found you guys. I heard this is the best stream going. That's high praise. Well, the voice is not at 100%, but I'll give it my best. Jack's with me. JT is
I can
off
help
at the
carry
moment.
it if you need.
Might need that a lot today, mate, as well.
No worries, man.
Right, here we go then. Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell. It's two Cup drivers at the front of the O'Reilly Series. Then it's Carson Catville, Justin Allgaier on row 2, Parker Retzlaff and Sam Mayer. William Solwich, who ran yesterday in the trucks, from Brandon Jones. Then Ross Chastain. Could Chastain try and go for a double? We are getting set for the green flag to go out. I think I found a pace I'm going to keep out. It's the Helper Hero 200. It's time to throw it back at Darlington. Green flag in the air. The NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series is about to do battle at Darlington. Great start coming off, and Carson Catville further back is already battling with Christopher Bell. Kyle Larson is ahead and away by about 0.6 of a second as they exit down the back straight, Jack. Everyone getting through turn 1 and 2 safely.
Yeah, not too bad of a start. Looking all good so far. One driver I want to shout out just before we get to the second lap is Parker Retzlaff. He looked incredibly quick in both practice and qualifying. He's running the number 99 from Viking Motorsports. Hopefully this is his best season yet, and I beg all big teams, give this man a ride, please. This guy's like a multi-race. If he was in a JRM car, this guy had won multiple races already. That's the bet I'm putting on right now.
Parker's had a great start as well, as we see side by side down there as well. That's Austin Hill in the 21, side by side with Jesse Love in the 2, coming through turns 2 and 3. The 9 getting a little bit loose there as well of Ross Chastain, and he forces up into the wall the V-Line car as well. So Chastain getting into P4 ready out there, as there goes the 17 down low as well, making through on Corey Day. We'll open up Battle Stream. Where's our driver tracker? There's no drivers on it.
We got Jesse Love to the inside here of Corey Day, making up the position. Sheldon Creed just on the back of him now. Back of Day, specifically. We're now looking at the 21, I think that is, of Austin Hill, who's just been passed around the outside by, I think that was William Sawalich. Justin Allgaier now chasing down Sam Mayer. Lots of battles happening across the field so far.
Yeah, Sam Mayer's passed Allgaier on that lap time as well, because they started the race in 4th and 5th. Now they're going to swap positions again. Mayer going up high, and Allgaier's trying to cut down low to retake 4th position. Allgaier has got that one sorted as we cross the line to start already the 5th lap of this race. Hopefully, this is going to be a good start for everything. Austin Hill apparently has hit the wall, though, Jack. According to Bob Pockras, Hill's touched it somewhere across the line.
I'd be surprised if most drivers don't hit the wall. Austin Hill into the barriers. I don't know if there was any contact there. He just absolutely lost it and into the barriers a little bit. We stay green. It didn't look like too hard of a hit. I think he'll have a little bit of damage, though, that he'll want to be a bit careful of. Hold on, I need to sneeze. Be right back.
No worries. Just completely got loose. Complete opposite lock coming out of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. Rear of the car steps out all loosey-goosey, and he manages to save it, but he did end up correcting it too much and hit the wall. So, Austin...
Yeah, we'll get the pictures. Spotter and crew chief...
Right, here it is again. Let's check him in CW.
Exactly what's going on. You see Williams going to be in the orange and white 18 right
Just
inside of Austin Hill here. This is going through 1 and 2. Austin gasses it up, clears him, gets a little loose right here, and then once you get out of the black, you're just along for the ride at that point. It's so fast, Parker.
It is, and what's weird is I was going to say that he's in the preferred lane in that scenario where you want to be that outside car, but you don't want to cut down like that, and it pushed you.
Yeah, we don't get to see the replay that the CW are on the international feed, so thanks NASCAR. Either way, Sheldon Creed's just got ahead of Hill. Harrison Burton now is coming up in that battle further back, and they're still attacking. Hill's still going up line, though, Jack, and he's not finding much traction.
I just saw the replay. I just got it.
What have you got then?
I just saw it using DD12. I just had to use it just to see the replay. They had it because their feed's delayed. Basically, it looked like Austin Hill came down the track a little bit, as you tend to do at the corner, so you can get a better launch, and he just gets a ton of air. He gets pushed with a ton of air from William Sawalich. Not really anyone's fault there, just racing, and it's unfortunate for Hill, a track that, to my understanding, he typically doesn't do very well at. And Parker Retzlaff, by the way, right on the back of last year's Darlington winner, I think, Brandon Jones.
It's going absolutely crazy, isn't it, at the moment as well? They've been pushing like mad as the racing action continues on then for this part of the race. This is basic international feed. I think we've lost something as CW goes side by side. There's the 88 of Kyle Larson. He's leading the way here by a remarkable amount. I'm impressed, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, it's Kyle Larson for you. Young Money back at it again. Hoping to make it 2 wins in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series in a row. Replacing Alex Bowman today, who is out with vertigo. He was initially scheduled to do this race. I think he's scheduled to do the one at Nashville, I think. Hold on, I've got to actually look this up.
If he's back.
If he's back, he'll be back by then. I struggle to see how he won't be.
Yeah, look at Simon Pagano, though.
I know he's out until... and Pagano, to be fair, yeah. I just consider him retired. Which is sad. Hold on, so he is doing, Nashville. I wish we raced at the fairgrounds, though.
Oh, that would be fantastic, wouldn't it?
That's a track I really miss in NASCAR, the Nashville fairgrounds. And Parker Retzloff has actually made the move on Brandon Jones, so he's up into 6th place. I think if he keeps himself clean, he could be on for a top 10 finish today, Parker Retzloff. The Viking Motorsports car, probably the best car he's driven, to be honest, considering their alliance with Richard Childress Racing. He sets his sights now on trying to catch up and pass Sam Mayer.
If it helps at the moment, we have not got any driver tracker. It seems to have failed on the main side of things, so we'll try and keep that up. But Kyle Larson has extended his lead to 2.9 seconds, and he's going really strong at the front of this race. The Austin Hill and William Sarwich did make contact, battling for 8th at turn 2. Hill bouncing off the wall. Jack, what have you got?
Sorry, I just thought Parker Retzloff slid a little bit there. But no, he's just got a better line than Brandon Jones. If he was in a JRM car, I don't think it'd be
No, it wouldn't
hard.
be.
I think I wouldn't be hard pressed to say that Retzloff could contend for the win there. And round the outside goes Ryan Sieg, round the outside of Harrison Burton. Kyle Sieg now trying to catch up to him. The two Sieg brothers, who have quite the remarkable age difference of about 15 years.
Not too dissimilar, actually, because my brother and Megan are separated by 16 years, and my eldest sister and Megan are separated by 18. Yeah.
And that is the move completed there by Kyle Sieg. Kyle Sieg up into
16th.
I actually don't know what position that is.
16th if he's past his brother.
Okay.
If he's
Harrison
past
Burton has really not got going this season.
He's dropped back in this stint alone. Do you remember when I said he was battling in the top 10 earlier on? He's now down in 18th position. He's losing time, and he's still twitching.
Very twitchy there, Mr. Retzloff. Very loose. That's how he likes his cars generally. As Sheldon Creed has now, I think, made the move on Austin Hill. And just behind them is, I think that's Sammy Smith, who's a guy I forget exists half the time. No offense to him, he is a fast driver. He just doesn't get involved in too much drama, to be fair to him. Apart from if it involves Taylor Gray, he tends to keep his nose clean quite well.
Just find it weird that we've got Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell leading the O'Reilly's race. It just grates on me just a little bit too much. Let's check in with CW then on lap 16.
To enter the CW Switching Gear Sweepstakes for the chance to win a trip to Universal Orlando Resorts for amazing theme parks. I mean, this right here just tells you how intense it is at Darlington. You want a theme park ride? Just get with the onboard camera. Don't even get behind the wheel. Just watch the onboard camera, and they'll show you everything you need to know. Roto Rooter taking us on board with Carson Quapple. He's 3rd.
I love listening to the lack of throttle.
Yes.
As he drives into the corner, and then you can hear him modulating as it gets louder. Obviously, it's him giving more throttle to the car. Inside, it feels like you're just crawling.
And right here, went up to the wall. You turn right there. There's a kink in the wall. And then right here, listen to the throttle. Listen. That's how much you play with the throttle. That's 3 or 4 movements through a corner. You will do that almost nowhere else.
Yeah, Darlington is pretty a unique circuit, Jack, isn't it, as well, in terms of how they run this place. It is incredibly just... It's a different form of oval racing compared to anywhere else we go.
Oh, I'd like to give you a little bit of history about this track because it's interesting. You know, the banking they run on was initially built to be an escape road to shave off speed. However, drivers quickly realised that if you just use the escape road, you're faster. So they just started using that instead. That's how the track was built. It was also got its very unique shape because some farmer refused to sell his pond that he owned. So they just built around it. And here we have Brandon Jones to the inside of Parker Retzlaff. Retzlaff losing that early pace, and Jones makes the move. Last year's winner at Darlington up into 5th place.
Moving very nicely indeed as well. So well done to Brandon Jones. Moves up into 5th, as you say, Jack. But Larson and Bell, 3 seconds to 3 seconds. Catville is 6 seconds back to Larson, 3 seconds back to Bell. Spuddy just walking away into the distance right now, trying to have a differential of opinion. As we see, that's Sheldon Creed, and he is practically pushing Sammy Smith and the 39 of Ryan Sieg ahead of him. And now he's falling into the clutches as well. Well, he's alongside. That's going to be... It can't be Kyle Sieg, is it? Kyle Sieg? Yes, it's Kyle Sieg. Creed now gets ahead of Sieg. This is going to be a long night.
Sheldon Creed, by the way. Typically one of the best... This is typically one of his, I'd say, best tracks. He's nearly won here twice by my recollection. Once with Joe Gibbs, once with Richard Childress, he has nearly won. In my opinion, that 24 Darlington race, that was his win. That should have been his win. And then Cole Custer and AJ Allmendinger decided to crash with 3 laps to go. He had a bad pit stop. Christopher Bell won. It was heartbreaking for me, as someone who's a big Sheldon Creed fan, to watch that, because I had to watch my man lose another race.
Yeah, but he's won a race this year as well.
He's finally won. Yeah. It makes all the heartbreak worth it to me.
And it was a classic victory as well when he did it, and that's another thing. It was a good...
He had it handed to him, really.
Yeah, but he fought for it. He was quick in the stages as
He's
well.
up front all day.
Yeah.
A fair play to the guy. As there's Ethan Bird, I think that is, just being lapped by Kyle Larson. He is the first car who is a lap down. Normally, Nathan Bird, he has a large variety of race cars that he's driven. I've seen him drive open wheel cars, like at road courses. I've seen him drive the midgets on tarmac, sprint cars on tarmac. Look how close Kyle Larson gets to the wall. It's just ridiculous.
He was doing that in Cup qualifying as well. Just about
outrageous. How close this man runs to the wall. You can see Corey Day doing the exact same thing. Like, those two guys just run outrageously close to the wall. One mistake and you're going to get a decent whack of damage.
Just to let you know, we are 20 laps or so away until the end of the stage. Pit road.
Into the wall, and I had an interesting conversation with crew chief Chad Haney yesterday where he said with Homestead being the final race now, Chad had emphasized and given Austin the directive to try and get more comfortable with using the wall when it makes sense. He said he's so good at making speed at the bottom of all different racetracks, but you have to be able to run the top consistently at Homestead. And yes, while it's a different racetrack, he wanted his driver as comfortable as possible using that high line. And how is the car faring after that incident? Here's some radio communication courtesy of Starkey.
Nothing's laid against the fender. Everything looks okay there. Above the tire, nothing looks like it's cracked. That's the first I've been able to get an actually good look at it. But obviously all the letters off the tire, when we got loose, it hit right front first. So that's why I'm thinking the toe is probably the worst thing. Ask him when we get a chance how far his steering wheel is off. It's not off. Really? Okay.
That's on Austin Hill then.
And that's good news. That's what they were.
Yeah, that's good news because he's got away with hitting the wall, Jack.
Yeah, no, he's got away with that. Fair play to Austin because he's got pretty much, I would say, minimal damage on that number 21 machine. So I think he's done well there to get away with that one, to be honest.
I'm impressed. He just brushed it. It was a brilliant save as well, coming out of 2.
Also, Chastain, by the way, has just quietly worked his way into the top 10. He's running in 9th place in, conveniently, the 9 car. As I say that, he's just overtaken Sam Mayer. So he is now up into 8th position.
Slowly making his way up ahead of the stage 2 start, isn't he? Looks like we're going to end stage 1 okay. And then everyone will go... Fuel is around about the same, isn't it? So this will be quite interesting to see what they take coming into the stage 2 start. It's been quite an uneventful stage 1. That's why we're already talking stage 2 and trying to seek up information. There's Anthony Alfredo running in 12th position at the moment. Larson leading, though, everything. Go on.
I mean, this has so far been a very typical Kyle Larson performance. Just like, I mean, he's been much more dominant than he was at Vegas. Vegas, he only really emerged, I would say, towards the end of the race as a pretty quick driver. This weekend, I mean, he's doing a lot better, I'd say. Hold on, I just need to check what the rest of his schedule is. Because I know he's got a couple more races he wants to run this season. Apparently he has 2 more races he's running after this, which are Bristol and Texas.
Okay, they're 2 interesting choices that you didn't really expect to hear, did you?
Oh, I expected Bristol. I didn't expect Texas.
No, Texas was an interesting one to go for. Bristol, everybody loves running Bristol. But
I mean, he's a good Bristol driver typically, so... I don't know why a lot of these guys run the lower series. A lot of people say it's for more experience. Well, you've got the experience. I think they just enjoy racing, to be honest.
I don't
don't blame them. We love racing too.
It's such a controversy to me because I see this as that these are for the drivers trying to make your name in the top tier. So why?
Do you see what Hocevar said yesterday?
What did he say? Did he agree with me?
He said about Caden Honeycutt. He says those sorts of performances you do against the drivers who drive on Sundays are the type of things that team owners look at.
Honeycutt.
If you're doing well against cut guys in the lower series, team owners look at that and go, this guy's clearly pretty good. And I think Caden Honeycutt, I think he wins at least 1 or 2 races this year. I think he's a very, very quick driver.
Should have won last night, arguably.
Yeah, but Corey Heim just decided to activate the Bullet Bill power-up.
Yeah, came back.
Also known as fresh tyres.
Sorry for Ross Chastain yesterday. Didn't get that victory in the end.
Oh, bit of contact there between Hill and Alfredo.
Just a little touch coming down the back straight away.
Alfredo going around the outside of Hill. I think he's going to make this move work. He is going to make the move work. Is Hill still alongside? No, he's not. No. Alfredo up into the top 10. Viking Motorsports have their cars down to a T so far this weekend.
Bell closing in on Larson, according to Bob. The gap now 2.2 seconds at the front. Now 2.0. We are closing in on the end of this stage. Lap 32 of 45. So they're closing in. 12 to go. Bring it on, to be fair.
Currently, Patrick Staropoli has hit the wall. We're actually watching him right now, so
when's he brushing
people will see that.
He's got Lave just alongside him in the 91.
Yeah, LeBay.
Thank you, John. I was thinking, who is it?
Yeah, Alex LeBay. He was the 2017 NASCAR Canada champion, and has since then he ran full time for a couple of years. And since then, he's just been more of a road course guy, but he's running an oval.
We really need to go back to Canada ASAP with the Cups. Like, Circuit Villeneuve.
Oh, 100%.
What a race.
We never went to there with the Cup Series. We only went there with the lower divisions. I need to rejoin.
Okay, quickly, I think we're being told to turn it up from CW. With Jesse Love.
Go get him, boy. Go get him. You see him sliding.
That's Jesse trying to attack Parker.
Right here with Jesse Love.
So they say, oh, look at that from Parker Retzlaff. He's getting sideways coming out of turn 2. Mid-corner, Jack. The rear just stepping out. It's. Tell you what, this is throwback weekend. This is Darlington. But I didn't expect proper old school drifting and flicking the wheel around. This is fantastic stuff.
As I've always said, you are essentially racing around at about 150 miles an hour with the thing that has the aerodynamic properties of a brick.
Yeah.
That's what I love about NASCAR. Because these things are not designed to race. Well, they are, kind of, but they're not. They're not aerodynamic, nothing. You are chucking around a brick, around an oval, at like 150 mile an hour, and it is perfection. You're driving cars that are hard to drive. And I like cars that are very difficult to drive. My biggest complaint with the next gen, actually, is I think it's too easy to drive.
That too.
I like cars that are tough to drive, and not in the Formula 1 sense, just to make that clear.
Yeah, we need a car that can be thrown around and challenge the driver.
The old F1 cars.
Yeah, basically.
You could properly chuck those things about. By old, I mean like 1950s.
Yeah.
Those things could be chucked into a corner. Oh, Alfredo, getting to the inside of Williams or Wallace. It's nice being able to see the Viking Motorsports cars contending with the big boys.
It's a refreshing change at the moment, isn't it? This
Say
season?
big boy, he's 19.
But Alfredo on the inside line and gets ahead of Solwich for 9th position. This is Austin Hill and Anthony Alfredo. What are we keeping a look at here?
I think there was some contact between these two.
Hill getting loose again. That almost
he got loose, okay.
And he dragged the 96 in with him. The 96 was almost pushing him to the wall. But look, Hill again sideways coming out of turn 2. And Alfredo nearly went with him. That was a bit dangerous.
I would say Carson Kvopel is probably the guy to watch.
Yeah, right now.
To be honest, because
he's
complaining about his car. He says he is way too loose. But out of the full timers, and is that Hill slowing?
He's slowing.
He's slowing.
Speed and long run speed in that car, but this is.
I say he's gonna pit. Or has he got a flat?
Right front fender.
Flat tire.
It puts you
flat tire.
Yeah, so he's only got. He's lucky that he's made it because with 7 to go, he'll get a free pit stop and it'll sort of help him when it comes to the end of stage 1, restart of stage 2. So he's not out of it completely. So nearly there.
I would also just a quick shout out so far to one of the guys moving up the field, Nick Sanchez, who started dead last. I think. Hold on, he started in. I don't know. I was told he started dead last, and apparently he's now up into 17th place. So shout out to him. Big mover for the AM Racing team.
Moving again as we head down pit road.
Hill won the season opening race at Daytona, led the championship chase for a few weeks, came in 3rd in the points this weekend behind Justin Allgaier and his teammate Jesse Love. He's now gone 2 laps down. And with the number of drivers a lap down, this is a short race. Well, it's going to be very, very difficult to have any shot to get back in the game today for Austin Hill. And now the race for 4th. Mark down the 20. Good on the long haul. Fell a little bit early, but starting to reel him in as he goes after Allgaier 5 to go stage 1.
And I think it's easy.
Yeah, Jack, this is already going to get even better, isn't it? Because we've got the 20 and making his way through as he gets ahead now of Allgaier. But, you know, Bell and Larson are keeping their eyes at the front. There's no change there.
Yeah, I mean, we got Brandon Jones has just made a move, by the way, on Allgaier, one of the most experienced drivers in the field. Actually, 2 of the most experienced drivers in the field, arguably Allgaier and Jones, despite the decent amount of age between them. One thing, by the way, off topic in qualifying that was mentioned, where Denny was again asked, is 27 your last season? And he said, as it stands, he says 27 will be his last year. But
makes
as
sense.
he said, Gibbs has got like plans moving forward for after that.
It does make sense, though, for it to be his last one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. He's gonna. I mean, we're not gonna see. That's not gonna be the last we see of Hamlin.
Oh, no.
He's still got his team to run.
He'll drop down, won't he, to the other series? He won't disappear forever.
I think he'll just stop racing and just turn up to the races as a team owner.
To be fair,
maybe
he
the occasional
deserves
race
it.
in the lower series.
What about racing for his own team?
No, I think he never sees that as a never saw that as a possibility.
3rd car doing the big ones, Daytona, Charlotte, Talladega.
Does he need to? He's got 3 Daytona 500s anyway.
Yeah, but it's
You
like...
don't need another.
It's the ego thing, isn't it? It's the need to race.
He's got enough of an ego as it is.
Fair point, but you know what I mean. It's like
And
the
he'll
need to
slow
race.
again.
Oh God, not again! It's that fire underneath the car there on the front left. Something else was smoking and sparking under there. With 2 to go in this stage, he'll get time to work on it. But Austin Hill is already 2 laps down. That 21 car looks to be
They pulled
in
up to
trouble.
Chastain there.
Yeah.
Wallach and
Ooh,
Alfredo.
Chastain's loose.
Oh, look
at
how
him.
loose Chastain got there. That's going to allow at least Sir Wallach and maybe Alfredo to make some moves.
Still pushing through.
It's
One
going to
to
allow
go.
both.
Yeah, not surprised. 1 to go in this stage as we get ready for the end. They fly in. Larsen's going to take it from Bell, Catfield, Jones. Old guy at the moment as we get ready. Here's Kyle Larson out of turn 4. Green checkered in the air. A smooth stage 1. Kyle Larson wins the stage 1 here at Darlington Raceway in the NASCAR Rally Auto Parts Series. Bell second. Catfield picks up points. There, so will Jones, Allgaier. No, Allgaier won't pick up points. Retzlaff, Jones, Love, Solwich, Alfredo, Chastain the top 10 as the caution comes out. So a few points picked up there, but it is every lap led of stage 1 for Kyle Larson as we head to our first caution of the day for stage 1 break. I'm impressed that it was a stage 1 break, Jack. I was expecting a lot more drama after the trucks yesterday.
Let the race develop. That's my advice. Let the race develop.
So stage 1's conclusion comes in. And now that puts the 88 as the top. And that's then followed by the 19 and the 1 and the 20. The 7, the 99 and the 2. And the 18 and the 96. Pit road open soon, and we'll get our first fuel stops of the day. Not really surprised they wanted to wait for it, as we're getting to stage 2. Some cars were rumoured to be under-fueled in this first stage to try and get ahead of it, but didn't seem necessary in the end. As we gear up for the next run. Okay, when the CW comes back, we'll check in. I don't know if I... Go on, Jack, what have you got?
I got some breaking news coming in here regarding the ARCA series. A report is that ARCA series team owner and part-time driver Tim Goulet has been indefinitely suspended by ARCA. Apparently he has an outstanding warrant, apparently, which is in violation of the ARCA rules. The report is that his partner, Rita Goulet, has alleged him assaulted her among many other things. Obviously, I will probably post about this as it gets updated. Just so I had the full picture, but damn. Did not expect to see that one today.
Weird call coming up, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll put the report in NASCAR chat from Declan Wayman. His focus is generally on ARCA, and I'd say he's very reliable.
So Omi and Wes have just started.
What are they on?
They've just started their next stint on IMSA for the Sebring 12 hours. So, yeah, they've Omi's taken that one, so that means I can now have my computer back. Oh, that was good. I've had to stream it all day, and it's been bugging me. There we go. I can relax again, Jack. I can have my normal computer systems open.
Yep.
Oh, it's better. Okay.
Well, I'm just reading up on this just to let you know.
So we are, I don't know why I've gone to that screen actually thinking about it, considering that it's broken. It's such a habit there. Yeah, the map has broken for some reason. We don't know why. We're trying to refresh it, but every time we do, it doesn't seem to want to play ball. So it looks like for, at least at the moment, it is not working. As soon as it does become available, we'll activate it, but it's just having problems. So, did you find something again, Jack?
No, I'm just reading.
Okay, let's go to CW.
Progressive. Save when you bundle motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Visit progressive.com. And by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. Stage 1 complete here at Darlington. It's the perfect time to fuel up with Arby's new $7.99 meat and 3 box. Arby's is giving you a whole lot of food with a classic roast beef or a crispy fish sandwich and 3 delicious sides. That's more meal for your money. Scan the QR code to order now in the Arby's app. Arby's, we have the meats. It always feels like a throwback weekend when you come to Darlington. And you know, if there's anyone who knows the value of a good crew, it's the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. That's why they want to put the spotlight on the pit crew members that are essential to a race team's success. And here you see those that are getting it done for Jesse Love going over the wall. And everyone, all the names there are the same as they were last year with the exception of one when they were able to win that championship. But I just rewind to last Saturday at Las Vegas. I know they had the penalty, but really across the board, the times they were putting out were remarkable.
Well, and the penalty, let's be honest, was from the crew chief.
Yeah.
Who was filling in a position that where
it was a bad bounce.
It was a bad bounce, and, you know, all those things combined that he fell over the wall. So I think this pit crew, the RCR pit crews in general in the O'Reilly Series for the last 3 or 4 years have really been the top of the line in terms of speed, consistency. They've treated it seriously. They've taken it, you know, seriously as the Cup cars move to single lug and keeping these 5 lug teams together, and so they get the benefit of that as we have
multiple
Kyle
cars.
Slow, and also Jeremy Clements.
Jeremy was getting pushed in. You see the 28 also having a hard time getting back to pit road. It's like both of these cars have lost power.
Wow.
Out of fuel.
We got to report out of fuel, but that just,
that doesn't add up.
Fuel is something that is never a part of the equation in this race, just because of you want tires and the length of the stages and all that. So obviously there was a miscue
last
somewhere.
Week, though,
right.
Go out, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
it could be something similar here that happened to Sam Mayer last week.
Well, and the other reason fuel doesn't really come into the equation is you have 4.5 seconds of fall off we saw in the last run. That's a lot of throttle time, basically.
Right.
So your fuel mileage goes through the roof in terms of miles per gallon at this place as you go through a run.
And you mentioned, Parker, the massive amount of tire fall off. One of the hardest parts of a track like this is that you ended 4.5 seconds off the pace. They've put new tires on, and now it's going to be incredible grip again. And about, know how hard to be able to push it, whether you're out front or in the middle of the pack. It's such a spread from old tires to new tires.
They added a lap before they'll open pit road because we had to get Kyle Sieg pushed out of the way. So we'll go around one more time before we get pit stops. Let's check in CW Garage with Carla.
Thanks, Adam. Well, NASCAR posted a video of Cale Yarborough earlier this week narrating what it takes to get around Darlington, and Harrison Burton referenced that this week, saying despite the gap in time, it's the same thing that we do today, which makes it even more special for him when he gets to talk to his dad, Jeff Burton, a 4-time winner at Darlington. Harrison said he can explain even what he did in the 90s and the early 2000s, and it all translates really well. And yeah, if you're wondering if there's maybe a little expectation for Harrison to perform well, he said, yeah, my dad probably feels like if my kid can't run well at Darlington, I failed as a dad. So talk about pressure, Adam.
Yeah, no doubt. And this has been a place, over the years it's been pretty good to Harrison when you look at his stat line, and going to try to make something happen here as the day goes on. 22nd at the end of stage 1. By the way, Josh Williams gets the free pass. He's 25th, so when he gets back on the lead lap here to begin stage 2, we'll put 25 cars in that category. I guess we could get some wave arounds here. We were talking about the Austin Hill situation, but if he does the wave around, he would just get to 1 lap down. He's 2 in arrears right now. Pit stops are big here, especially if you're anybody other than the 88, because if you're going to get around him and put him in a compromising position, this is where you can try and do it. But look at the advantage he comes in.
He's got a bit of an advantage here.
Progressive pit road is open. Larson, Bell, Quapple, Jones, Allgaier, everybody coming here. They want tires. They're in front of you, Dylan.
Yeah, and Christopher Bell was the first one to peel off their top of the screen, said that he was loose in the back of the car on exit to start
we
the
got
run,
spin.
and then the entry goes away.
Yes, spin on pit road, and is that Jesse Love? I can't quite tell who it was. Yeah, it is Jesse Love, spinning on the back, and he's having to pit back in. Kim.
Spin on Jesse Love
Can't
trying
park
to
there,
get
sir.
into his pit stall. As we think about Kyle Larson, though, the leader, much better car than he had during practice. In fact, he said the car loads way better than it did earlier today. Balance is good. He said by the end of the run, last 15 laps or so, is when I lost all rear grip. 4 tires, Sunoco fuel for Kyle Larson.
Race off Progressive Pit Road. There was about as much drama there as there was to find out who was going to win the stage. Larson by a mile. +1 for Quapple. Jones gets 1. 2 in the wrong direction for Bell. Allgaier status quo. And we're watching Jesse Love, who's going to have to come from the back. Had a penalty last week that put him behind the 8 ball, and now this. Boy, that was dangerous coming in.
Yeah, that's so tough, just trying to get stopped.
4, 3,
Looks like Williams Walsh behind him just didn't realize he was checking up.
All right, just hold on, hold on.
What do you think, Jack? It's one of those things, isn't it? Got punted round.
Not ideal for Jesse. That's going to cost him a ton of spots that he's going to have to make up here. Defending champion still yet to win this season.
That's true.
So, yeah, it's going to cost him a lot of spots.
Several of the cars also coming down now on pit road. The second group coming down as Fox go.
Contact was with the number 18, apparently. That is Sawallich.
Yeah, so Sawallich hit in the back. Not surprising. Didn't expect him to turn into his own pit box, but that's Sawallich then needing to be a little bit more alert in the pit lane. Where else is he going to brake and turn and go in? It was a bit daft even looking at it from that point of view. So Kyle Larson. Then it's Kyle Larson, Carson Catville, Brandon Jones, Christopher Bell, Justin Allgaier. That's the top 5, but the pit stop order hasn't yet swapped out. And yeah, Jesse Love's having more stuff done. That I expected. To have a little bit of a run through. One of these weird days of motorsport where we just all go, Jack, I don't suppose you saw the sinkhole in MotoGP, did you?
I did see that. I saw that while I was watching the football. I just checked my phone and I saw that on my channel. I was like, that's a new one.
Has anyone else? We've had weepers in NASCAR and them having to drill into the hole, but
I love motorsport.
Yeah.
You just get the most random things happening. I just love it.
Do you know,
Anything can happen.
I think this weekend is my version of Darrell Waltrip's Bristol commentary all those years ago when he had no voice. It's slowly getting worse as the weekend goes on.
Who won the Formula E earlier today, by the way?
Formula E was Antonio Felix da Costa, back-to-back.
Oh, nice. Fair play to him.
Portugal winning.
He's with
in
Jag
Spain.
now, isn't he?
He is, yeah. And Mitch Evans was not happy that the team didn't let him pass and turned into a
Oh,
spoiled.
one womp to you, mate.
Yeah, he turned into a spoiled kid again, as he always does.
The team sport, mate.
1-2. They secured the 1-2, so that was what they.
And third was
Pascal Wehrlein.
Not surprising. I did hear the Kiros did very well, though.
Dan Tickton was leading at a couple of points, yeah. So he had
The
he had
legend
advantage.
himself, Dan Tickton.
I can actually tell you the race results, actually. I've got them here on my iPad.
Like Dan a lot. He's the kind of character this sport needs.
I can tell you as they're here. It was Da Costa, Evans, Wehrlein, Tickton, Mortara, Boemi, Dennis, Muller, Marty, Eriksson in the top 10. But I think Boemi might drop down because there was a penalty post-race. Let's go back to CW.
The stage 1 complete. The Whelen caution lights are on at Darlington. The same Whelen emergency lights and sirens you see on safety vehicles here at the track are protecting first responders and communities all across America. And now let's take a look at our replay of the day, brought to you by Progressive. Save when you bundle motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Visit progressive.com. It's Jesse Love coming onto the pit lane.
Right, and he's being followed by William Sawalich here. So you see that orange car behind the red one, and there's just a hit right there as Jesse has turned to go into his stall. He's already on the brakes. That spins him around, and thus he hits that tire, which kind of gives a little bit of damage to the nose. And that starts him trying to figure out, get pointed the backwards way. Then his crew chief, Danny Stockman, came on and said, just spin it around, you're too close to the wall. This became all sorts of fun in pit road.
I feel like we bear a little bit of responsibility.
You did give them a shout out
Actually,
right before that.
Hey, there's no we in this. Okay? Parker and I didn't say one word during that whole
Parker
thing.
jumped in. You stayed out of it.
I did. I knew better. Sorry, Danny.
Well, he was calm through the whole thing.
He was really calm.
Really calm.
Listen, there's nothing to gain. Once they were going the wrong direction, he knew that they were going to come out last. Just have to regroup, make sure all the wheels are tight, and go back out and try to rebound.
25 cars on the lead lap. By the way, Jesse had finished 7th in the stage. So he'll come from outside the top 20, gives you an idea of the price they're going to pay for what.
Yep, as we get ready, here we go then. Time for the next stage to kick up. Stage 2. Green flag, we go racing at Darlington. Good start from Kyle Larson, he's down low. Coming up there is Catville alongside Brandon Jones. Jones has the inside line through turn 1 and 2 and able to get into it. Catville drops back into the clutch of Bell. Also trying to find a little bit of momentum there, Jack, but it's a smooth restart as they head down the back straight away and towards turns 3 and 4. 3 wide further back, and there's a gap now.
Just seeing where I can pick up the commentary from. Who should I commentate? Well, Larson's gone.
Yes.
He is, to use the racing term, gone. But Brandon Jones up there, Carson Kvopel up there as well, Christopher Bell. For me, those, and then Allgaier, I think those are clearly the fastest 5 cars today.
Pushed
But
it through.
Retzlaff, once again, up into 6th place. Really good stop there. Look at those tyres, all corded. So tyre wear definitely very prevalent.
Corey Day's
Today.
having a great couple of moves on the inside there. He's moved up now into 8th place. So he's got ahead of Ross Chastain as we now see Allgaier battling with Christopher Bell. Oh, and there goes the 30 being passed quite simply down towards the breaker zone in turn 1. 45 also losing out a little bit places as well. This is really turning into Darryl Wartrip's Bristol commentary at the moment as we go into our battle screen. Next thing I won't be able to do boogity boogity boogie.
Just saw a tweet from you know how IMSA streams their races for free everywhere outside the US.
Yep.
The IMSA admin put a poll on the YouTube channel saying, true or false, you happen to be using a VPN right now. And the answers were nope, 100% yes, and what's a VPN? 14% voted yes.
Isn't that always better?
I celebrate that 14%. Like, it doesn't make sense to me why a race should be free, like, everywhere except America. It makes no sense. Shout out to the IMSA. Actually, I've got to get the IMSA race, and I haven't watched it.
We go to CW.
See, Brandon actually waves him by right here. Going to give him the inside lane. Brandon's being smart. It's very similar to what we saw in that last run. You have to manage that pace. Actually, we're hearing Brandon had a little bit of debris on the front of his car, so he let Carson go, not necessarily for managing tires.
Yeah, you were giving him a major benefit of the doubt.
I was, but I think also that plays into what we saw out of him on the last run.
Does the fact that Brandon's a really nice guy factor into your thought process there? I mean, he is a good dude.
Maybe, yeah. I
just liked how you corrected it in real time.
Well, I found out in real time, Parker. So that's where I went with it.
In case you're wondering, this is live television.
Is live, yes.
Okay, it's a broken record. 8 out front, and just showing us what he's got. His advantage is 2.5 over Kvopel. Boy, he's been outstanding today, leading all 61.
Yeah, he's led all of them right now, hasn't he, Jack? And Larson's just taken off like straight away.
I just struggle to see how anyone beats Larson today. He looks so quick. As you see Corey Day battling with Sawalich. Day, I mean, I will say something about Day. That guy has a lot of speed on him. He needs to keep his bumper clean though. That's what I will say.
Yeah, just keeps it going and seeing what can happen as the racing action pulls on. 18 of 45, Kyle Larson is leading from Carson Catfield by 1.4 seconds at the moment. Only had the one caution out here tonight. Is JBM sponsored by NordVPN? No, we are not. No, we are not. But
otherwise, I would have said, and this video is sponsored by Nord.
I had to stop you there because there is something coming with another sponsor that's in the works.
I know, I'm making a joke. Yeah.
So yeah, we're not sponsored by NordVPN, but just stay tuned because there's some sponsorship coming that you'll see on the NASCAR broadcasts over the next few weeks.
I do like a good VPN though.
I love a good VPN.
They're really helpful because when it comes to like sometimes with the ARCA races they broadcast them like for free on Tubi TV.
Yeah.
But I can't access that site in the UK. I can just switch my VPN straight to America and access it perfectly fine. I think they're doing that for the Rockingham ARCA race, but I could be wrong. Which I absolutely am going to be watching. I love Rockingham.
Rockingham, you mean? Come on, we're in America.
Rockingham.
Don't worry, you didn't get.
They're not American here.
Oh well. Don't worry, you didn't get Jack in trouble. It's just that Jack doesn't know what I told him after because I haven't said that to any of the team members yet. So there's a little bit of a JB exclusive for everybody listening.
Don't worry, I cut myself off. Yeah. I was always intending to.
But yeah, there is a sponsorship coming on JB Motorsports in the next few weeks. As the nine.
How much money do I get from it?
For promoting VPNs, I think you deserve a payment from on your own. To be fair, I'll send them an email. We're just working out the details right now, you see, and when they want to put it on.
I'd like to see. When it comes to sponsors, like they always have like a script or something you're meant to say.
They've given me.
I always feel like I can come up with some very creative ones.
Might come to you then because I think at the moment they've given me complete control about what I can say.
Fair enough. If I have to do it off the cuff, I absolutely will.
All I will say is, for one, you know, sponsorships can be a little bit tricky for the product, and you can guess what product it is because of what we're talking about. I actually do really like it. It's a really good one. So I'm actually supporting
not only that,
product.
I'm good with those types of coming up with.
Yeah.
I'm good at things. I feel like I'm good at coming up with things off the cuff quite nicely.
It's the gift of a good sort of. Well, it's just you, isn't it? Really.
Just me. The gift of watching like the most insane amount of sport. Like I've got this on here. I've got UFC on my TV. I just watch an insane amount of sport. I'm reffing tomorrow, for God's sake.
Are you really?
Yeah. If this was on like if the race start for this was like at 1 AM, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd need my sleep.
I'm quite happy about it. Who's in the number 9 JRM car this weekend?
It is Ross Chastain. I'm very excited about who's going to be in there next week at Martinsville, though. Lee Pulliam. Now, for those of you that don't watch short track racing and aren't educated, this guy is basically one of the best late model racers of all time. That's not even me pulling any punches. This guy's like legitimate. Oh, goodness me, Taylor Gray.
Slipstream and a half, down low, 3 wide. That's a good
Trying
move.
to make it 3 wide ahead of Dean Thompson, and he gets past Roger Cruz. I don't think he's going to go. Look at the run Roger has off the top of the thing. I think he might scrape the wall there, but... And Thompson's going to give him that push.
That was some good battling between all those, and that is well done from the 54 coming in there of Taylor Gray. That was Rahash Caruth as well. Yeah, we'll see how that goes if he can back off. But that 54 car's got some serious pace. Serious pace.
Yeah, I'll explain on Lee Pulliam quickly. Lee Pulliam is basically one of the greatest late model racers of all time. He owns the late model team Lee Pulliam Performance, which runs Carson Brown's late model program right now, and also I think Doug Barnes's, but I could be wrong on that one. But he is basically, I think he has like over 100. I think he has like over 75 late model wins. Probably, I think it's like 175. I could be wrong. But he has a ridiculous number of wins in late model stuff. But he's getting his debut in NASCAR next week at Martinsville, driving the number 9 JRM car. And I think it's going to be really exciting to watch. Speaking of him, he won today at South Austin.
Still in so much battle right now as the 99 tries to slip upside the 7. Coming into it, so Parker Retzlaff passing Justin Allgaier on the low line. Allgaier up high. The 99's in there too. And they've sort of blocked each other up now, so they can't really get past. Really impressed, actually, with Christopher Bell here in this one. He was up there in stage 1, and now he's dropped back a lot in stage 2. Iowa women have won. Time change to CW. So have CW not been streaming the race? Or have you been streaming? I don't know. Not sure how the TV schedule works over there. Do you see Bell there drifting out of turn 4, Jack, and leaving the 11s on the track? That was something big.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a slide again from Parker. He's the most entertaining driver on the track, Parker Retzlaff. And he's going on the inside of Bell here, you know. That's a cup guy. You're not meant to be doing that. Not in that car. Go on, Parker.
Parker Retzlaff has absolutely been on something. He's up high. Bell's going to cut down low and we'll be able to just sweep past him. Oh, yeah, but to be fair, Parker Retzlaff gets sideways and gets everything done anyway. Well done and a half. So how long we got left of this one? 15 to go of stage 2. It's got quite quick, hasn't it? 51 minutes. What a race we're having at the moment here. Stay with us.
Well, if Larson has some issues, I say watch Carson Kvopel. Because he's, I think, the next fastest car.
Trying to write the word absorbing. Not really done well there. It's about to put the nose over an A. So, 14 to go. Larson and Catville. Catville's going to pick us in good stage points here, which is critical for him. Just to give you the information on stage points from the previous finish, Catville picked up 8 points. Jones picked up 7. Allgaier picked up 6. Retzlaff picked up 5. Love picked up 4. Solwich picked up 3. Alfredo picked up 2. No points for Corey Day or Ryan Sieg, even because they were outside the top 10 of positions, but they were the top 10 O'Reilly full-timers who could score points. So really, Catville on to score another, well, maybe 9 in this stage as well, Jack, so he's getting really good now.
Yeah, Corey Day's now caught up to Christopher Bell. He's really dropping down.
Sarah says, I don't think James B's voice is going to make it to tomorrow for the cup race. Well, in between, after this, I finish for the night. But at 8 a.m, I have to get up, and I have 3-hour Formula E testing to cover with no TV pictures, just timings. I then have a little bit of a break before MotoGP starts with Moto3, Moto2 and MotoGP racing, and then I go straight into the Cup. I don't think my voice... 12 hours non-stop... Hang on a minute. Yeah, 12 hours... No. 14 hours non-stop using my voice tomorrow. I don't think it's going to last either. 10 to go in this stage. Some side-by-side action happening right now between Ross Chastain and Parker Retzlaff. Retzlaff's on the inside line. Chastain's up high. And Chastain's backed out of it. He's let the 99 go. So Retzlaff moves up into 5th position with 9 to go in stage 2 here of a fantastic event.
Make your power play by heading to your local lottery retailer to get in the game for tonight's estimated Powerball jackpot of $120 million. Jesse Love had to spin on pit road after finishing 7th in stage 1. So he comes from outside the top 20 on the restart, has driven it up to 15th.
Yeah, look at the sun.
Oh, yeah.
Laying into his, we talked about the windshield getting pitted, and the sun hitting that, you can't see anything, and it's not a big deal at most tracks, but here where you run 6 inches off the wall, you kind of want to see everything heading into 3.
Power movers since the restart. Love at +9. Kyle Sieg in that same category. They had the fuel issue at the end of stage 1. He's a lap down. Jeremy Clements is also being scored a lap down. Could be in the free pass situation here. We'll continue to monitor that. He's +12 since the restart.
Yeah, as we get back there to the backstretch, you notice the sun, Jamie, you mentioned, that gets worse, and what makes it really tough is that you can't see that entry point in the 3 at all, so you start to just guess as it gets a little lower here in this race, and it's really where you're working even more so off-field because you can't even see. It's such a tough thing, and on restarts, with that sun in your face and they're 3 wide in front of you, you literally can't tell what's going on.
Just as I said, Clements might get the free pass. Larson goes around Garrett Smithley, and Josh Williams, 88 on a ride with 7 to go on the stage.
Yeah.
My 3 and 4 feels fine. 1 and 2 is free. Copy, that checks out. He's a half-tenth better, 1 and 2. You're a tenth better, 3 and 4. 4 feels fine. 1 and 2 is just free. Copy.
Pretty typical for this racetrack. That's kind of the balance shift you get from end to end. I'm just sitting here laughing as Larson's casually running 3 inches off the wall. No big deal. Highest car on the racetrack, just managing that race.
And for a lot of this run, he's been 2.5 tenths faster than second place. It's unbelievable the pace that he's had. Now it started to sort of equalize as we got past lap. Give 25 of this run. Carson Kwapu's in seconds, about 4 seconds back right here. He's started to match Larson's lap times more consistently, even if Larson's not in traffic. But there's going to the rest of these teams and drivers are going to have to come up with something big to take down that 88 and Kyle Larson. This is quite the showing by by Larson.
Brandon Jones average running position 4.5 on the day. 3rd right now, Dylan.
Yeah, and he is hanging with Carson Quapple there in the race for 2nd as he starts to inch closer in that battle. The 20 is keeping tabs on the 88 way out in front of him. Let's get some Starkey radio communication and hear what they're saying.
The 88 is talking about freeze, so he might burn the rears off. Just keep after it. I think the long run, your late exit is where you're going to get him.
Well, I hate to tell him, but...
Okay, so that kind of makes a bit more sense now, Jack, about how they're all trying to just make it to the end of this stage.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we've got 4 to go for the end of the stage. Larson been the class of the field today. I don't really see how anyone stops him.
I know. They have been absolutely fantastic. A true spectacular. Larson's just taken off. Oh, driver tracker's working. Hey! Better late than never. Well done, the NASCAR team, for fixing it. How long has that been active? I just looked down and it was working. It's like second nature to me seeing that thing. So, yeah. 3 to go in this stage. How long have we got left? Oh, look at the 20 getting a bit side by side now as well. And the 1 just staying ahead at the front, really coming in. So Catford and Jones are battling out for maximum stage points. Couple of minutes. Thanks, Bob. Oh, at least it's back. I hadn't noticed. So 1 to go then. And then it's going to be the 88, but it's going to be the 1 or the 20 being in second position. Now, Catfield was ahead of Jones last time out, so stage points changed out a little bit again. 1 to go in stage 2, Jack. And what a fantastic run it's going through for Kyle Larson today.
Yeah, Larson been the class of the field today. I don't really know how anyone just beats him, to be honest. I mean, Kvarpel's been the best of the non-Cup guys, for sure. I'll let you call Larson stage winners. He might lap Austin Green here.
He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him, so if I was him, I'd back off and let it all go forward, and he has done just that as well as the 87 goes up high. Stage 1, and now stage 2. Kyle Larson is dominating Darlington as he takes the green-white checkered. Well, here we go again then. Stage 2 complete. Larson, Catfield, Jones, Olga, Redslav, Ross Chastain, Alfredo, Day, Bell, and Sarwich. Swalwich over the line in 10th. Caution's out.
Caution's out.
Well, Jack, what do you make of stage 2?
Same as stage 1, really.
Yeah.
All I can say to that. I thought I'd also talk about something a bit sad when it comes to racing. SS Greenlight are running with stickers on their cars today in honor of their shop Snickers, who sadly passed away this week.
Oh.
So rest in peace, Snickers. They're both running with stickers of him on their cars this week. For the Zero and Bilicki. Bilicki, I think, is running inside the top 20 right now. I don't even look. Okay, yeah, he's 20th place, whereas 25th place for Garrett Smithley. So far, a very, very good run for Josh, to be honest with you. I'm very happy with how he's done, of course, running full-time for the team. Yeah, rest in peace, Snickers.
Not good. So many passing away in NASCAR over the past few weeks. Just been absolutely horrible between it all.
I need to pop off for a moment, so I'll hand it over to you for a little bit.
Cheers, mate. No worries. So Darlington Raceway looking even better out here. That sun just being nice. Yesterday, of course, was a night race. Today, it's the twilight race. Brian says, thanks for doing this, but I have to leave because it's time for me to stop saving fuel at work. Earned a sub for sure, and I'll be checking on Fridays and Saturdays as a commentary TV. Bryson, pleasure to have you, my friend. Pleasure to have you. See you next week as well. And don't forget, we've also got Cup practice, O'Reilly practicing qualifyings as well. I choose the Haven Path for Peggy's as well, saying, hello, everybody. Good luck. Bryson, have a good day. And thank you very much for subscribing. And thank you to everybody, by the way, who's got us to 14,000 subscribers on the JB Motorsports channel. Absolutely incredible. That's another 4,000 in less than 5 months. Incredible, incredible. I know the channel growth for other channels is more, but I never take for granted how big the number is and how much it means to everybody at JBM as well. Thank you very much for tuning into this croaky old git. Whilst I wait for my voice to come back. 55 to go then. Should restart with around about 47 remaining, which is the same as the previous stages. So fuel shouldn't be too much of an issue. Tyres should be good too. Could be another sprint. We've had a good day's racing here. Really, really enjoying it. As we get set then, we will return over shortly to the CW and get the Stage 3 analysis as we go back to racing action. Pit stop's getting ready to come in. Let's go back to CW.
NASCAR on the CW is brought to you by Sport Clips. It's a game changer. Toyota, let's go places. And by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. 2 stages down at Darlington, and the wheel and caution lights are on. What you're seeing on the track right now is the same wheel and emergency warning technology used by police, fire, and EMS vehicles across America, trusted every day to protect those who protect us. Kyle Larson gets the sweep. I said going to break, I got a little excited about Viking and their performance. I said they were 1st and 7th. They're 5th and 7th. But either way, remarkable what they've been able to do here. And I would really put the exclamation point on Anthony Alfredo, who, because of the metric, had to go out early in qualifying after the troubles he had last week to drive up in the top 10. Just remarkable.
And definitely, you know, they've, as a younger team, pit crews can be tough to get the fastest pit crews. So we'll see if they can keep those positions, but a great job by them.
Progressive pit road is open. Larson leading them down, Dylan.
And we'll start up at pit in with Brandon Jones in the 20 car. He said his initial throttle pickup point in the center of the corner, the car is good, but it builds loose off the corner. They'll make a small adjustment there. Carson Quapple in the middle said his car was tighter and way more drivable the first 20 laps. Then he really starts struggling with the rear of the balance. They're going to make an adjustment to try to help the beginning and end of the run, Kim.
Dylan, the 88 of Kyle Larson there on the bottom of your screen. See that chassis adjustment? They're tightening him up just a little. He asked for that, said, I could stand to be a little bit tighter, but I was sliding the fronts in 1 and 2 at the end of that run. No big swings. That quick tighten up for him. 4 fresh Goodyear tires, Sunoco fuel.
Race off Progressive pit road. Hey, how about it? +1 for Brandon Jones. He said it on the radio. Help me out on the pit lane. And what is it with cars facing the wrong direction today?
The
on the
nine's
pit
around.
lane. This is the 9 of Ross Chastain. Larson comes off 2nd. Allgaier.
Well, here it is.
Day, and then Bell. Let's watch this.
Anthony Alfredo's going to hit
This is
him
going
round.
to be possibly similar to what we saw from Jesse Levin Williams to Wallich. So the 9 starts to check up, and Anthony Alfredo gets into it. But one of the reasons is you watch your lights so closely here as he gets in the tires, and that can make it tough to see what's ahead of you.
Yep, just as we suspected has happened. Another punt round into the back. And now we wait for the start of stage 3. 52 left to go. So Williams comes in, so does everyone down from 25 down. Getting back into order. This race is just Larson's, isn't it? He's going to dominate this one. Well, yesterday was Heim time. Today looks like it's going to be Kyle Larson's lessons, as my voice has really gone there. Oh my God. Pushing it like absolute crazy. Still looking strong. Chastain down to 26th position. Yeah. But he'll swap back up, so Chastain should filter out somewhere better. 24th. Out of position, isn't he? The 9 car after being spun round on pit road. Getting ready for the choose. Coming up. And we'll be racing back at Darlington. 6 of 57. 50 to go. We're lining them up. Ready to shoot for what's going to be a very interesting session. Just hearing some of the onboards as they push like crazy. Still doing another lap or two before heading to green. Perfectly acceptable and understandable. Have to back up this field a lot. I think I'm right in saying that Larson will filter back. Brandon Jones last stopped, lap 93. So Jones is actually the control car. He wins the race on progressive pit road. Marks the first laps today that Kyle Larson hasn't led. Red flag, briefly. Everyone else see that? Well,
Getting ready for the final.
I assume there's a glitch in the system because we definitely went red flag for a second.
This stage break brought to you by Arby's. It's a great scene, isn't it? Great night as the sun sets here in South Carolina. Brandon Jones getting an assist on pit road.
Yeah, red
now
flag.
we see what he can do with Larson.
And the question we had was, what would Larson choose to do at the choose? Does he go to the outside, which we've seen just not work for anyone, to keep second place, or does he choose to go to the inside?
Let's go back and revisit what happened to Ross
NASCAR
Chastain
just
coming onto the
accidentally
pit lane.
pushed the red
Well, we
flag
saw
on.
very similar to Swalwich getting into the back of Jesse Love earlier. You see right there, Ross started to slow down for his pit box. Anthony Alfredo behind him. And I'm with you, Parker. I believe it's people looking at their lights.
Yes.
You're just trying to maximize those lights. That tire got hit, shoots out all the way across pit road. This is super dangerous for the pit crew members, not only with the car sliding sideways, but based on if that tire gets hit again, flying down pit road.
Yeah, NASCAR called him out for an uncontrolled tire. There was a few more things uncontrolled at that point, like the whole race car.
That was the least of their concern.
What's up, Kim?
Yeah, we're going to get a check in Kyle Larson's tires. Remember, this was the first right front tire that came off at the end of stage one, so heavy cording across the entire surface. This right here was the right front that just came off, so still some cording, but along that inner shoulder of the tire. Now, Marty Lindley, the crew chief, did warn Kyle, if this goes green, this will be the longest run of the day, so be careful with those tires.
I mean, if it goes
Larson
green,
goes
we are coming to the green flag. This is it, into the restart zone, and we are racing. Away we go for stage number 3 here at Darlington. Jones on the low line, Allgaier up high. Larson's trying to just go with them, but it's not working out. Allgaier's nearly into the wall, so was Jones, and Allgaier takes the lead. He swings round the outside with awesome pace and gets ahead of Brandon Jones. Oh, wow, that was a great restart, Jack.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Apologies, I need to go get a drink and feed my cat.
No worries.
They would not stop meowing. So, but yeah, Justin Allgaier to the lead, and Larson already up into second place. I didn't even see him make the move. It was that quick. And Larson and Allgaier probably the two to beat now. What happened with Chastain?
He got punted round by Alfredo.
Okay.
But even stranger, NASCAR red flagged the race for 5 seconds. I think someone leant on the button.
Hey, F1, you can learn from that.
Yeah. So, lap 11 now comes in. Allgaier, Larson, Jones, Bell, Day, Creed, Redslav, Catfield, Mayer. Love the top 10 as we head back to our battle screens. What a fantastic run this is turning out to be. That was a great move from Justin Allgaier. It's either Larson or Allgaier today, isn't it? They've been the two best runners this entire race.
Oh, definitely. They've been both really quick.
Sweeping down on the backstretch. 45 to go already. That's another stage coming in. Desperately trying to find the right momentum. To be fair, Larson, I don't want to say has a worry, but Larson has a pace coming through. He's just already 4 tenths back. He's catching up to Allgaier. Turn it up!
Laps to go.
There we go, the turn it up from the CW coming through. Corey Day brushing the wall, as you heard a second ago. That's what they're just talking about, CW. He's now battling with Sheldon Creed side by side. Round the outside out of turn 4, and the 17 gets ahead of the 00. So he moves up into 5th position. Christopher Bell running in 4th at the moment. Brandon Jones in P3. Still on the battle, Jack. And, well, Larson's closing in now. The gap 0.304 seconds.
Yep, he's still on him, but is just holding back currently. As Christopher Bell now making the move. And I think he should clear Jones. He does, up into 3rd position.
Perfectly smooth on the inside and guts through. Pit road.
And then he, on cue, said, Parker, not at all.
How about this guy? You talk about the comeback of the day. Sheldon Creed doesn't have a great qualifying run, weren't overly impressed with the car in practice, really struggled stage 1 in stage 2. And, you know, here he is in position to make a play. Up to 5th in the running order. Make it, 5th in the running order, getting around Corey Day.
Well, one thing...
Yeah, and it's been quite a push for it, hasn't it, as well? It's give and take this race all day. It's been quite quick, but, you know, there's still that sort of hold back in the air, isn't it? That Darlington can bite at any time for these guys. There's a replay, Jack.
Yeah, it's the reason it's called Too Tough to Tame. I think that's Corey Day who found that out the hard way as he scrapes the wall.
And Reslav did it too.
I think he kept his position though, so not too bad.
Yeah, Day does it, and then look at Parker. Does Parker do it as well? He got very close.
No, I think he just avoids it.
Yeah, you're right. Definitely Corey Day touched it though. So, gap now, 0.3. Well, how is Larson staying in 3.5 tenths to Olga? That's not usually possible on an oval, especially at Darlington. You usually grow the gap. But that's quite impressive. Lap 100 was the best lap for Olga, 30.746. Here we go. Right, coming through again. Oh! Did Olga touch the wall coming out of 3? Don't know. He looked a bit out of it to me. A little bit sideways. Larson closing him in. Another replay. Olga's taking turn 3 and 4 super wide. It's the narrower part of the track, of course, to turn 1 and 2. As you can see on the driver map here, it's wide open and then it funnels down through 3 and 4. It's almost just one corner at turn 3. And through on the inside, the 17 gets back ahead of Sheldon Creed. So Day and Creed have been swapping positions all day, Jack. It's getting quite tiresome down there.
They're having fun doing it, I'll say that. As long as they're enjoying themselves, I'm not really that bothered. Larson just holding back on Allgaier, letting him get some laps led.
I just don't want to cause a row. 38 to go. Larson closing and watching him. Allgaier's got the momentum. He's got fuel, he's got tyres. It's just a go for him, basically. 30 of 50. 30.568 was Larson's best lap. His last lap time, though, 32.432. Allgaier, 32.487. So they're running about the same, which is why the gap's... Oh, gap's less. Allgaier's made a mistake. Larson's got in the toe. And now he's 0.185 behind. So Allgaier running just a little bit too close to the wall there. Now Larson trying
Look
to
at
go
Larson, though.
Yeah.
And look how close that man runs to the wall. It's just ridiculous.
It's almost in it. It's like it's part
There's
of
a reason
the
why
wall.
I call it the Larson line.
Yeah. Oh, he's going down
Cuts
low.
down low.
That's going to be a good run out of 2 if he can get it on the back straight, but Allgaier had enough time to come down and block him.
He's right on him.
Not
I don't think he'll be able to make the move here, though.
It's the back straight. It's exit of 2 down the back straight, isn't it? You can't move into 3 and 4. It's got to have a good exit. Does that through 1 and 2. Tries to cut down low. Nothing there.
Well, guy's positioning his car well so far.
Oh, but Larson's quicker at the exit of turn 2. Down that straightaway. He knows the look. He knows the score. Still nothing going to fly through there, I'm afraid. What a fantastic battle. Bring this on more, please. Oh, and look at that. Larson not taking his usual line. He tries the short line, the low line coming through 3 and 4 gives him
Allgaier
better
is just
traction.
positioning his car perfectly.
When did Allgaier turn
Great
into
defensive driving.
Yeah, when did he turn into this great defender?
It's often joked, by the way, that Darlington has 1.5 grooves, and that's not great because no one has half a car. This might be it.
Yeah. Larson lifting
No,
off.
he's not. He's blocked perfectly again, but Larson's going to try and go now down the inside. He's not got there. Not yet.
Allgaier is literally just giving an inch defence, and it's lasting the entire lap. This is unbelievable. But he's got such momentum. Larson coming down
He's
low.
surely
out of
got
turn
him
2.
here.
Out of 2. He's on the low line. Allgaier can't. Oh, Allgaier gets loose. He hits the bump, exit of 2. And that just frightens Kyle Larson. How do you frighten Kyle Larson? He backed off there. This is a fantastic battle with 33 to go. Allgaier goes up high. Larson just, it's lap after lap, Jack, of the same thing. He's right
Surely
on
is
the
it?
bumper. He nudges the
Oh,
back.
he hits him.
So Larson hit the back of Allgaier, and now he's trying to go up high. He's trying to get out the momentum. Now
there
he's
he
got
goes.
him. Yeah.
There you go. Absolute masterclass there from Kyle Larson, but great defensive driving there by Justin Allgaier. Held him off for a good few laps there, Justin.
Yeah, Larson just nudged the back of him, as we said, over the start line. That lost Allgaier momentum coming through turn 1. By the time we hit the oval part, Larson was able to carry the speed, and he just goes through. Tapped in to get his attention, but he used it well, and Larson now leads again with 31 laps to go here before the end of the race. What a brilliant battle. So we started 10 minutes early tonight due to potential weather, and we should be okay. We should just about avoid the rain that's coming in. So we are going to be okay to win this race. But they can't have a red flag or a yellow flag. I wonder if that red flag was an accidental trigger, maybe for the weather in the area. Maybe someone panicked and thought they saw lightning and hit the red, and they went, oh no, it's not on red. I'd love to know what the reasoning was. Buy that from race control. We are battling with, there is Sam Mayer running in 9th position. Taking the apron a little bit there as well, actually, coming onto the back straight, just pushing it nicely. Sam running, where is he? As I said it a second ago, 9th. Jesse Love's just in 10th behind him. There's a lot of battling further back as well on the traction lines that we like to see. Hope everybody is also enjoying the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship coverage. That goes on till 2 a.m. Omi and Wes and the team on the call of that one, plus the world feed.
This is what the track's going to do. This is what we need to do to the car to react to that. As we see Sanchez and Ryan Sieg.
Look at this. Ryan Sieg and Sanchez. Sieg on the inside line of Sanchez. And he's through with a nice little block pass, Jack.
Yeah. Solid move there. Larson's still dominating here, though.
When isn't he? It is so much traction. Just checking out the stream's okay over there. So the 96 nearly into the side there. These two, and that's Jesse Love, they're battling hard. Love almost getting wiped out there. Come on, guys, you don't need to do this.
Oh, he hit the wall.
Oh, he did, yeah. Love hit the wall. Yeah.
Slapped the wall.
I was just saying, he got loose, didn't he? Now he's losing positions left, right, and centre. Jesse Love and Ryan Sieg and Anthony Alfredo. He lost a position to Sieg.
Then you already are, because you're on the verge of wrecking every lap here.
And one of the tools you have in that car is to possibly adjust brake bias, because at this point you'll be using more brake inside that race car. And it's not just for...
Here it is, Jack. What do you make of it?
It just whacks the wall. It's unfortunate. I will say, apparently Larson waved to Allgaier as he passed him. Apparently, according to Stephen Taranto. That's amazing.
No way.
Love Kyle, man.
Hello.
Definitely the guy with the most personality out of the Hendrick guys, for sure.
Oh, yeah. They were talking to
one
him.
of the things that I saw when Larson was trying to get by...
Caution's out! Caution's out! Don't know why as of yet. TV pictures slightly behind on our timing screens, but the yellow's out.
We're told it is Kyle Sieg and Austin Hill.
Right, so they were, well, Austin Hill's 33rd.
He's having an awful day.
Yeah, Carsy's 26th. So what's happened there? Lap traffic maybe. But we're waiting. As the racing continues on. Over the line. There it is. 28 to the wall. See, oh, and the 21's spinning around. In avoidance. Oh, hang on, there's another one involved. Hard hit.
That is LeBay. That's LeBay. That's a hard hit.
There's another one involved. There's a fourth car there, Jack, behind. Couldn't see who it was.
I'll work out who that is.
Several cars involved in that one then. And were they spinning out themselves or spinning out on oil? There's oil on the track. There's oil on the track. Yep, you're
There's
bang
Kyle.
on. You're bang on.
Kyle Sieg.
Yeah. Kyle's coming in. Yeah,
LeBay's probably done.
So, yeah, I agree with what Bob's saying. There's oil on the track, so this will bring out the red flag. Not what we wanted.
And Austin Hill has just had the most miserable day of miserable days. LeVar Scott was the other car. Good spot there, JB.
Thought I saw someone else backwards. And he's been smashed up there. I think there's oil down on that circuit.
So what the hell happened here?
We'll talk us through
Let's
it.
have a look.
Go.
So Kyle Sieg's battling with Dean Thompson. I think Sieg comes down into Dean, and that sends him around. And Hill spins out trying to avoid.
Oh, but it was...
I don't really know how the other two get involved.
But there's something on the circuit because everyone else just starts spinning massively. It can't be an avoidance because the other car had come to a stop.
Oh, there's LeBay saying, hello, Mr. Austin Hill, how are you doing? In French, probably.
Let's have another look.
It looks to me like I think Kyle came down into Dean, but I could be wrong.
Can't see any oil on the circuit, which is good news.
So, where's LeBay?
Smoke. Ah, there it is.
Oh, LeBay comes down.
LeBay comes down in the smoke and just wipes out
somebody.
Scott. It's Scott. He wipes out
I think,
Scott.
yeah. Yeah, no. LeVar Scott's there trying to avoid, and LeBay comes down, just doesn't see him.
So what's happened to
the smoke and wipes both of them out?
Well, that's a weird one. That's a really weird one, as the caution's out for damage.
I mean, Alpha Prime just said it. Yellow down the back stretch, 91 just killed the 45.
Yeah, basically.
There's LeBay.
LeBay's
who's out of
out.
the car. He's done. It's really unfortunate
Oh, and
for
he
the
trips
French
over the
Canadian.
jack
He
man.
nearly trips over the jack. He's had 2 accidents in the space of about 2 minutes.
Well, there we go then. Kyle C's going to get repaired. So is Austin Hill. Caution's out with 23 to go then. Yellows breed yellows. Let's go back to the CW.
For Austin Hill. And they were disappointed last week at Las Vegas, a track where he's won, felt good about things. He's fallen, as we look at our standings live, down to 5th on the board and was leading early in the season. Let's get a little Kyle Sieg radio here.
What you got here? Destroy piece of shit. Just let me get down the field and get off the corner. Praise to us.
Okay.
Well, quite make out exactly what he said. He's obviously really frustrated. Felt like Dean didn't give him enough room.
Well, he said basically
Dean
didn't let
gave
him
him
get
plenty
down the
of
hill,
room,
which means kind of get down the racetrack to the the preferred lane there, which there really is. It's a 1-lane corner,
Well,
but we
it's
see
like-
people go side by side. But
it's
there's
like
a
1.5.
Yeah, there's a preferred lane,
Right.
And the point at which I'm assuming from what the lateness that we had when we caught it was that he was turning down, assuming Dean was sort of backing out. He wasn't, and they connected. And it's not dissimilar to what we saw from Austin Hill earlier on in the race when he got sideways and into that wall, really hurting his own race.
I'd say one thing we haven't discussed here is probably going to see pit stops, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, definitely. Tires are everything.
You got 2 sets laying there.
Right.
You'll pit here, and we get another caution in 10 or 12 laps. They'll come back again.
Yep.
Free pass goes to Jeremy Clements, South Carolina-born driver. It's 25th. Making his 536th start today. Passing Jeff Green, who won here in 2001 for 2nd on the all-time start list in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
Here Carson shutting down the engine. A lot of that's just to cool it down. Fuel not necessarily a concern right here, knowing that they're going to pit.
And for him, how frustrating to have come in there in the top 3.
They can redeem themselves though right here.
And have that bad pit stop, and now, you know, he's sitting 8th. Could really use this when you're sort of thinking to yourself, come on, guys. Let's give me what you know you could do.
Hey, an opportunity for the 9 team as well. I mean, you think about what happened to them the last time. He drove from outside the top 20 up to 15th. You get a few spots on pit road, get a good restart, and he could find his way back up inside the top 10. Talking Ross Chastain. Let's get an update. Christopher Bell riding 3rd, Dylan.
Yeah, I was interested to actually see if that run stayed green, what their car was going to do here, as we'll give you a Toyota driver update on the driver of this 19, Christopher Bell. They really were working on the long run today. They feel like their short run the last couple of years here has been where they were really strong, but wanted to get better on the long run. And just looking at what Christopher said on the feedback, I think they had gotten there. He's going to want to get freed up a little bit on this stop. He felt like they were really, really good on the top because of the changes they made at the most recent stop at the end of stage 2. So he just wants a little bit of turn for this short run to try to help him get off the corner a little bit better. But I think they've got this car as good as it's been all day here, and maybe just one more small adjustment will have the 19 right where they need to be.
Thank you, Dylan. Now our golden moment brought to you by Golden Corral. Talk about the importance of pit road. It's going to be huge right here. Undoubtedly, everybody going to come down. We've had some big moments today.
We have, where people have been running into each other. Basically, it's a tough pit road. It's curved at the beginning, and then it's just sort of awkward down the rest of the way. You're watching your lights. That's what Andy Alfredo most likely was doing there, not realizing that Chastain's pitting. Remember, you've got different drivers in these cars than you see every week. You got different paint schemes. No one knows where each other's pitted. All those factors line up to the issues we've seen.
Progressive pit road, going to be huge right here. Larson in front of Allgaier. Here's Dylan Welch.
Yeah, Allgaier first pit box there at the entry of pit road. Fired off free there, but he said don't touch it for the short run. 4 tires and 3 seconds of fuel is all they need. Told you about Christopher Bell. Said they added a bunch of grip, which was awesome, but now we're just a little bit snug on exit, which helped a ton running the top in 1 and 2. Just wants to keep turning in the 19 for the short run, Kim.
That blue and white Chevrolet of Kyle Larson, he's still happy. He said, I'm pretty good, just driving pretty easy. Balance is good, could stand to be barely tighter, so just a small adjustment on that Chevrolet with tires and fuel for Larson.
Race off Progressive Pit Road is going to be a big one. You want control of this race. And look who's done it again. 20 team knocking it out of the park. Brandon Jones +3. Allgaier, Christopher Bell holding serve, +1 for Corey Day. And the 88 of Kyle Larson goes back to the 5th position. Restart is absolutely going to be electric when we come back for the final laps at Darlington.
Tension, check. Late caution, check. Excitement with 18 to go, check. This could be fantastic.
Yep.
I can't wait.
Let's get ready for this.
So, we are waiting to see what we are going to have as into pits comes the secondary lot of cars. I can hear Michael Jackson in the background. Let's just say. Anyone else? Can you hear that?
Sorry?
The trackside order is quite funny because I can hear music in the system.
Oh. Sorry, I was just focusing on the UFC fight I got on my TV for a little bit. Good match though, to be fair.
My voice is going out. Did Williams and Clements really stay out? They did. But they did. So did Jones, Allgaier and Bell. They all stayed out as well. They last came in lap 127. Did they come up? Hang on a minute. When did they come
That's
in?
a big loss there for Kyle Larson, by the way. Lost 4 spots on pit road.
No, Jones won the race off Progressive Pit Road, if I'm not mistaken. So
Larson's dropped 4 spots.
Yeah. Jones, Clements, Clements Jones. Yeah, Clements is second. Brandon Jones. I'm looking at two different timing towers. Aren't telling me the same thing.
Brandon Jones is what I like to call the net race leader.
Yeah, and he's now the leader on the board now. Yes, he is. There we go, finally correcting himself. So Brandon Jones leads, Justin Allgaier is second, Christopher Bell third, Corey Day fourth, Kyle Larson did drop down to fifth place, as you said, Joe.
Varscott is done for the afternoon. He is out of the race. He was the one collected by LeBay, and
I feel sorry.
Not really shocking that he's out of the race.
Definitely feel sorry for him though.
Yeah, no, not their fault at all. Marty Lindley, the crew chief of the 88, has apologised to Kyle Larson for the slow pit stop.
Makes sense.
Larson says it's okay, I can win. He didn't say that last part, but I imagine he thinks that part.
It's Kyle Larson, of course he thinks he can win.
Golden Corral honors our
Don't put
nation's
anything past him.
heroes.
No, never do.
Progressive Insurance. Get in the savings lane today. Visit progressive.com. And by the Credit One Bank, NASCAR American Express card. The emotion of that win a year ago for Brandon Jones, snapping a 98-race winless streak, was outstanding. And his mentality and approach last year just seemed to change. I think about where he's at here now. When you get the great pit stop, you're in control of this race at a track where you've won, you've got confidence. Joe Gibbs Racing winless on the campaign, Toyota winless, so much in front of this team, and it's great. And we're seeing all the action from high above, courtesy of GovX. GovX, savings for those who serve.
One thing that's not playing into Brandon Jones' favor, he's got the track position, but he hasn't been good on the short run. Like, he's been a long run car. Going to have 16, 17 laps to go when we go back green. Allgaier looked like he fired off really well. I think the choose, to me, is the most interesting part that's going to happen here. I know Justin got the lead from the outside, but does he take third here? Does he go back to the outside? I think Larson might be too far back to win in fifth. Parker, you said you thought he could still get it done.
I think he can get it done.
How do you ever bet against him?
Yeah,
you know,
he ran about 8th last week for about a majority of that race, and then what did he do?
Fair enough.
He won.
What about the guy out front, Dylan?
Well, Brandon Jones and crew chief Sam McCauley are discussing tactics on this restart and how they want to do things to try to hold on to the track position. Take a listen.
Just try to work on that launch as much as possible. Obviously, didn't get any help out back last time. Yeah, I think that's where we were hurt right there. Top was a little more plumped up. And I did have some wheel spin there as well on top of it. Don't let the 7 push you too low. I think he's trying to push himself out of the rubber on the front stretch.
And something, too, Jamie, that you mentioned, they haven't been great maybe on the short run. I asked him and Sam about that earlier today, and they've studied pretty extensively the data from Christopher Bell the last couple of years. He was so good on the short run, Bell was, so that's the advantage of having a teammate in-house that does things maybe a little better or better than you're doing at that moment. You can study that, so we'll see if what they studied is able to translate here for the final 15 laps or so.
Great information.
Jack, question: what happened to Cletus McFarland? Because I think he was only running he wasn't running here today.
What? Sorry.
Cletus McFarland. He's not running here today, is he?
No.
No, there we go.
So he's down to run at. He is running at Rockingham in a couple of weeks, in the 33 for RCR. He was testing there yesterday. He did about a few hours of testing. Along with a few other drivers who haven't been named.
If it's not broke, I'm going to show you how to do it again. And one thing they referenced on Brandon's radio there was don't let the 7 push you down. And what they mean by that is just trying to get into that lower lane, out of the rubber and where the asphalt has been sort of pushed down from the cars running up there. That's why it doesn't have as much grip on the outside lane. You'll see Justin try to cheat him there. If you're Brandon, you almost put your car in a position that doesn't allow Justin to force you down, and just be cognizant of that.
I like the position Corey Day's in. One thing we talked about is that they continue to get better as the race goes on. This week has continued a similar streak. He's done a great job of
And awesome
Slight
job.
scuffs.
Hey, yeah, right. Little
it's
scuffs into the
incredible.
wall.
I mean, but look who he's up there with.
It's amazing.
Allgaier's won here 3 times. When we talk about Brandon Jones, who's got 2 wins, one last year. Bell's a Cup regular.
Yeah.
This is going to be quite something. 15 laps restart. Who's going to hit the front? Who's going to win this race? Stand by for action. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Series is about to resume in the best possible way. Jones, Allgaier, Bell, Day, Larson. Pace car comes in. Control car is the 20. 15 laps to go. We come to the bioethanol Poet restart zone. The voice is going, and so are the NASCARs. We go racing once again at Darlington. Good restart down low from Jones. Allgaier tries to come up. They're door-to-door through 1 and 2. The 19 is staying with him. The 8's dropped back, and he hits the back of Sheldon Creed. Creed's lost up and loose. Do they stay green? I think they do, but that was impressive from Creed there, not to spin in front of the entire pack, Jack.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see, Corey Day is that.
Yeah, he's backed
Trying
off.
to get to the inside of his protege, Kyle Larson. They come up the track, and he can't cut Larson off.
Allgaier's taken the lead. Go on.
Hendrick signed Corey Day on recommendation of Larson, by the way. And if Larson rates you, you're probably pretty good.
Explains so much, doesn't it? As they're side by side further back. So there we go again. That's going to be Catfield battling with Sheldon Creed. Backed off is Sammy Smith. That's the actual battle going on right now. It's not any of the Cup drivers at the front. This is the proper O'Reillys battling out further back.
Elbows out. That's exactly right.
Elbows out, Jack, because every point matters, and they're going for a championship right now. Look at this. Go on.
Saying the phrase elbows out as I'm watching a UFC fight is definitely very apt.
It definitely is, yeah.
But yeah, no, Allgaier pulling away so far from Brandon Jones. Allgaier obviously won at, was it Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah, he won at Phoenix, obviously, so he's going to want to make it a second win of the season.
Justin Allgaier, desperate to push on. He's got the fastest lap last time by, and lap 134, 30.438. So he's began to push, and he's got away from Jones, but Larson's now 1.4 seconds back. I don't think he's going to make it, sadly. 11 to go. Is it? Or is it 10? Not too sure now on my timing screens.
I got it as 11.
It's 11 then. Trying to read the wrong monitors as well. Look at the gap. That blue dot on your timing screen, that's Justin Allgaier. Look at the gap. 0.7 of a second to Jones already. This is incredible running from Justin Allgaier. Just shooting ahead. We keep looking. A lot of action then. There's Andrew Overstreet, the crew chief for Justin Allgaier.
Very good crew chief as well.
Everybody wants him, and Justin Allgaier got him.
He had, of course, he had the guy who's on Kyle Busch's car now.
Before, yeah.
So, Randy Pohlman, I think his name is, or something like that. So, and then look at that, Jesse Love, take a bow, 2 in 1 corner, fair play.
And he's
I'll admit the RCR. Oh no, he's gonna get passed again straight away, isn't he? By Ryan Sieg. He is gonna get. He's not gonna be cleared by Ryan Sieg though. Here he goes, and he's cleared him now.
Considering the walls that Jesse Love has been into today, that's quite a momentum for him. So well done.
I mean, he's currently running in 11th place. It's about as high as I would have expected him, to be honest. At this point in the race.
Oh, big loose from Ryan Sieg. Chastain went
low.
low.
Oh, mate,
Sanchez.
don't block there.
Oh, they got away with that one. Or did they? I'm not too sure, because they're still
sliding.
sliding.
Chastain gave him a nudge.
The 96 gets loose. They all just make it. My God, that was quite tight. These lot are going to wreck, aren't they? They're going to give us the overtime caution that nobody wants. Come on, guys. Don't be annoying.
I mean... That was a not-so-smart block there from Anthony Alfredo.
This is a replay. Talk us through it.
I mean...
Oh, Chastain did
Oh, no,
tap
look,
him.
you can see Chastain loosens up Sieg, and then Alfredo comes down to block. And Chastain gives him a little nudge into the corner just to push him up the track.
That's the 25 getting out of the way. Already in lap traffic. Old guy leading 7 to go. Now coming up on 6 to go. The race will be over. And old guy has got it, I think. However, unfortunately, Jack Larson was cost by his crew chiefs there. And the pit crew not working as Sanchez trying to spin out Ryan Sieg. Literally touching with each other down the back straight, looking purposely. And that's going to allow Taylor Gray to come back into 54.
And there he goes, round the outside here, Taylor Gray. Going to try and get around Nick Sanchez.
Done him. Where is Sanchez on my board? He's down in 60. Yeah, he's 16. This is where the battle's positioning over. I thought for a split second he dropped back even
There's the
further.
Greg Biffle throwback.
Yeah.
Of Brennan Poole. Beautiful looking car.
So many.
And remember, to all the drivers out there, be like Biff.
Yeah. What a great race this has been. Hope you've enjoyed it here.
It's nowhere near the truck race last night.
It's been a classic though. It's been quite clean, thinking about it. Only one.
It's been all right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say. I think it's been good. It's been a good race. I wouldn't say it's been. I mean, the truck race was an absolute classic territory.
Oh, that was fantastic. Yeah. Why do you think my voice is gone?
Yeah. As Bob said, by the way, Cletus only runs a part-time schedule. He doesn't run every race. He's running Rocky. Oh, I think Larson maybe scraped the wall there. Here is Carson Kvopel to the inside.
Larson's got the traction. I think Bell was rubbing the wall as well, actually, coming into it. But Carson can't seem to find a position through. As we're closing out this race, we'll come up to the comms box, as it will be 3 and 2 to go. Yeah, Larson's just scraping up top there, Jack, as the 9 and 39 go side by side.
Yep. The 39 and the 9 battling it out.
Ryan Sieg, Ross Chastain, 13th and 14th positions.
Been a solid drive from Kyle Larson, but Justin Allgaier, fair play to him, capitalised off the mistake and just hasn't looked back.
Lapping the 55 now.
There's Joey Gase, who gets a rare moment of screen time.
I think that's the first time we've talked about him all day, really, isn't it?
Yeah, kept himself out of trouble like he usually does.
2 to go. So Allgaier then
Is he
will
catching?
take it.
He is.
9/10. Gonna be tight.
Not fast enough though.
There's enough traffic.
Unless we get a
though.
caution. Unless we get a caution.
Oh, you
Allgaier's
do.
got this one in the bag.
Allgaier wants
He can
this
just
one.
relax.
You can tell how much Allgaier wants this one to be mattered. He'll come through. White flag in the air. Last lap the call here at Darlington. And it looks like it's going to be a throwback. There's the white flag. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. So Allgaier, Jones, Bell, 1, 2, 3. Allgaier, Jack hasn't put a foot wrong all day.
This will be his 4th win at the Lady in Black.
Who says it's too tough to tame? Justin Allgaier is going to take it for a 4th time. A quartet of victories. It has been a brilliant day for him. Strategy was king. Justin Allgaier wins at Darlington. Jones 2nd, Bell 3rd, Larson is 4th, Catville 5th. Day, Creed, Redslav, Smith and Mayer.
Excellent work. I know we weren't pretty all day, but man.
Well, I think you were.
That never gets old, boys. Especially in a place like Darlington. You boys are my heroes. Thank you.
He didn't really put a mistake wrong himself. He's had things done to him today, Jack, earlier on in the race. He didn't do anything wrong himself. He got things done to him, and he's fought back from that, and it's been perfect.
I mean, I got no complaints here.
No.
While Kyle Larson may have been the deserving winner, fair play to Justin Allgaier. He's done absolutely brilliantly today.
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous run.
Here's the burnouts.
Enjoy them. The burnouts on the front straight here at Darlington.
4 wins in a row, I think that is now. Junior Motorsport.
That's special. Let's go down to the CW and pick up the latest news.
I mean, guys, historical what he's been able to do in his career. There's his dad right there. That's so special. Doesn't get to come to probably every race. Get to be here.
And Justin talked about the offseason and going home and being a part of his family. Taking on a leadership role there as well. And it's always nice to celebrate with those you love. And Allgaier gets to do it one more time here today. Last week at Las Vegas, Allgaier swept the stages. Larson won the race. Today, Larson sweeps stage 1 and stage 2, but the checkered flag belongs to Justin Allgaier. And after the burnout, he'll drive over to Mobile 1 Victory Lane. It's a familiar scene. That 7-car victorious in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
Oh, we're not having a conversation with him.
I think we're doing the interview in Victory Lane.
Oh, that's rare.
I like it more personally.
Allgaier gets out of the car via the roof hatch. Again, that's a bit new.
That's going to annoy Dale Jr. because he doesn't like that.
Get out from the car. Gets out via the roof hatch. Well done. Race victory. He collects the checker flag. And Justin Allgaier wins. Oh, brilliant. My voice is dead, though. It's like it's screaming for mercy. Oh. Never have laryngitis. It's not even that. I don't even know what. I've just lost it.
I've had COVID.
Oh, what if
Don't recommend it.
I've had COVID as well.
You literally can't talk.
No.
For most people, it's a blessing.
Yeah, I had to do Saudi Arabia 2023 with COVID.
Jeez.
It was hell.
You had to find things to talk about.
I did actually, yeah. It was a weird race.
That race was dreadful. As are most Saudi Arabia races, to be quite honest with you. Not a fan of that track, in case you can't tell. And no, it's not a street circuit. No one call it that.
They're celebrating. What a day. Happy. Happy, happy, happy. Well, we'll keep on. Stay with us because we are going to hear from our race winner and return to the CW, and then we'll sign off. And then you'll, over there, will be redirected to IMSA. There's his wife and his daughters. And they get to ride in the car with him as well. I like that. I like the family moments at the end of a race. It's just so refreshing.
I'll get her to drive the car.
Do it. We need more female drivers in motorsport. 110%. Okay, we're getting ready to return with the CW. As we get set, Allgaier, Jones, Bell, Larson, Catville, the top 5. Results on your screen now, as we'll get back to Victory Lane. Weird that it's not supposed to be done interviews there. Usually there's, you know, at least Kim Kuhn out there to put a microphone in front of his face and go, how was that then? But nothing at the moment. We shall wait and see. A weird day. Hopefully, I can go to bed now as well. Let's go back to
Incredible
CW.
run for Junior Motorsports. They've won 4 races in a row. It's their 3rd 4-race win streak in the last 22 events overall. Just remarkable what they've been able to accomplish. And now our Mobile 1 winning moment from Darlington.
He did such an awesome job. The only guy to be able to get the lead on the outside in 2 days of racing, and he didn't do it once. He did it twice in a row. Justin Allgaier manned up, was able to get the power down, and look at the move on the outside. Gone.
pretty exceptional, and he did it by shoving that 20 just down the racetrack to get that little bit extra grip. It shows why he is the veteran he is and how successful he has been, is because he just thinks through all those little details, and he showed it there in 2 consecutive restarts.
We talk about the win streak for Junior Motorsports. Last year they put 5 cars in the top 10. This year they put 4 in the top 9. The only one who didn't get in the top 10, Ross Chastain, who had that issue on pit road. Joe Gibbs Racing with a couple in the top 5. Corey Day ends up 6th.
What a memory making right here. Put the kids in the car.
Oh.
I saw his wife Ashley come out, gave her a kiss, grabbed both kids, threw them in the passenger seat and said, let's go.
I mean, 3 generations get to celebrate together.
There. I know it's a special day for the Allgaiers. I just can't help but talk about him being able to win 4 times at, I think, the toughest track in NASCAR, period. I mean, he puts his name with Mark, Denny, Jeff Burton.
That's right. Well, and here's what I would say, too. 10 consecutive top 10s today. No one's ever done that here. He and Mark Martin were tied coming in with 9 straight top 10s. Today he gets his 10th, and he does it with an exclamation point. His 4 wins have come in the last 10 races here, which is remarkable.
The best part of all that is that he's a great person.
Yes.
Like, just a great guy to be around, likable. Love this moment right here with the kids on top of the car. That's so awesome.
You know, we saw it Sunday at Las Vegas. Denny celebrating with his girls.
Exactly,
you know?
Same thing.
Makes me nervous.
Oh, yeah. Denny's little girl, Molly, fell. They caught her. I'm like, oh, my gosh.
Be careful. Hollywood's right there.
Here's Dylan Welch.
Whole family is here with Justin Allgaier. Congrats, Justin. Made it to Mobil 1 victory lane. How were you guys able to chip away at this all day and ultimately be there at the end when it mattered the most?
All these guys right here. We have not been the best on pit road all year. These guys have never quit. They have gone to work. They've never given up, and they were on top of it all day on pit road. Huge thank you to these guys. Andrew Overstreet, this whole 7 team, to get brand fresh and ride culture back in victory lane again this year at Darlington, of all places. We definitely weren't the best all day. You know, Kyle obviously was amazing and has covered. You know, Andrew told me on that last restart, he said, never give up. If we can get the lead, we got clean air, we're going to win this thing. And we did. I cannot say thank you enough to everybody, all of our partners, Chevrolet, the Hendrick Engine Shop, Hendrick Chassis Shop, Carolina Carports, Toughco, Jarrett, Hellman's, HendrickCars.com, just everybody that's a part of this group, Roto-Rooter. We have so many great partners at Junior Motorsports, and I don't know where we all finished, but we were up front all day, and that's all you can really ask for.
We talk all race here about how you manage the tires, manage the race, and then you get a final restart where you can just kind of go like gangbusters, and you have to hold off the guys behind you. What's that like? What's that pressure or just kind of that rhythm like of trying to click off these fast laps at the end?
I didn't do a very good job of it all day, if I'm being honest with you. Probably one of the worst days personally I've had here at Darlington, and I just did a bad job. I kept plugging the fence. You know, I don't know. I didn't do a good job of it. And at the end there, I was worried. I mean, Brandon obviously had a really fast car. And, you know, I was worried that the 19 and the 88 were going to get through the traffic there. But I just, again, this one right here is for everybody that's standing behind there. Rick Brandt's here. My wife and kids are here, which is awesome. They weren't in Phoenix. Andrew's got his wife and kids here. Like, just nobody will ever really know, the later you get into your career, how much these wins mean. And to come to Darlington, a place that I've loved for so long, that it's been pretty special.
They were good enough today, no doubt about that. Justin Allgaier, his 4th career Darlington win.
I remember when he hadn't won here, and he talked about just wanting to check the box. Now he's got 4 victories at this place. In June, he'll celebrate his 40th birthday, and this driver from Illinois saving his best for late in his career. What an afternoon for driver number 7.
100%. Right, Jack, what's your closing thoughts on this one?
It could have been a better race, but overall, entertaining. Darlington delivers once again, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the Cup race. I'm very excited to see what this horsepower package can deliver.
I can't wait either. See you tomorrow. Jack will be live tomorrow on JB Motorsports and the Ultimate Sports Media as well at YouTube channel. So double duty of us, as they'll be back after covering March Madness. Darlington delivers for Justin Allgaier. Thanks for your company today. You'll be redirected now to the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. They're 12 hours of Sebring. We'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.